And President former President Clinton will be testifying in the never-ending Epstein scandal. We'll have all that and more. We'll have fun with you. Come hang with us Friday, taking you into the weekend.
Speaking truth and having fun. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton.
Hey, it's Tug, and this is Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra 106.3 app.
Homeowners, when was the last time you had your roof inspected? Get your roof inspected by Erie Home, America's largest privately owned residential roofing company with 50 years of experience. Erie Home will inspect your roof free of charge with a 25-point inspection. Get that free inspection before you have a serious problem. If your roof needs replacement, Erie Home can install a metal roof that lasts up to 2 or 3 times longer than traditional shingle roofs with proper care and maintenance. Erie Home's metal roofing materials are made to mimic the look of traditional roofing materials, maintaining the look of your home but with greater durability. And in the process, you get a 50-year transferable warranty. Schedule your free inspection at eriehome.com/buck today and get up to 50% off installation. That's ERIE home.com/buck.
Offer up to 50% off installation. Max $1,200. Valid on new roofing installation only. Minimum purchase required and restrictions apply. See rep for warranty or promotional details.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code BOOST to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code BOOST to borrow up to $10,000. Use code BOOST to borrow up to $10,000.
Your drive home has never been better. The Kimmer Show is live every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. And here's what you missed.
There's a woman named Mary Clark for USA Today. She says that the hockey team failed to meet the cultural moment of the day. She said, I've suffered many disappointing sports results since, but none have struck me with the goal over the years. To see the men's hockey team finally win gold in my lifetime was a dream come true. What happened since is nothing short of a disappointment. She's complaining about celebrating with Donald Trump, and she's all ticked off about it that they celebrated with Donald Trump after winning the gold medal.
How dare they take a call from the President of the United States?
This woman is a whiny, fat, 700-pound man-hater. The nerve!
She's mad because no man would ever touch her.
She never went to the prom, I guarantee you that.
The Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder are only on Extra 106.3 FM. And listen anytime on the Extra app. The Morning Extra. Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show on WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
Round one for the Clintons. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Democrats on the House Oversight Committee just emerging from a closed-door deposition with former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton in the panel's Epstein probe.
Secretary Clinton never met Jeffrey Epstein. She never visited the island. She never flew on his plane. And she also had no knowledge of Jeffrey Epstein's horrific crimes.
Congressman Robert Garcia also says President Trump is in the Epstein files more than former President Bill Clinton, who is also set to give a deposition tomorrow. New York City's Democratic Socialist Mayor Zohran Mamdani holding a second meeting with President Trump.
The White House is not confirming the meeting, but a spokesperson for the mayor did, and it's not exactly clear what the two plan to talk about.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. The New York Times reporting that housing is part of the focus.
The last time these two met in the Oval Office, President Trump did voice support for Mamdani's plans to build affordable housing in the city.
That first meeting was in November after Mamdani was elected. No deal yet between the U.S. and Iran after a third round of nuclear talks, this time in Geneva, and still mediated by Oman. The U.S. delegation led by Special Envoy Steve Witkoff.
Witkoff says a future deal is not not going to have a built-in expiration date, unlike Barack Obama's ill-fated JCPOA. He reportedly told donors yesterday, quote, "We start with the premise that there is no sunset provision. You have to behave for the rest of your lives."
Fox's Jillian Turner, Iran's foreign minister, telling state TV today's round of indirect talks was one of the most intense, and that technical talks will be held next week in Vienna, which is home to the UN's nuclear watchdog agency. So far, Iran has insisted publicly that it has a right to enrich uranium for peaceful purposes. America is listening to Fox News.
Let me share Brian's story. He's in Alabama, and he wrote in, he said, "Glenn, after taking Relief Factor for just 3 weeks, at least 90% of my pain is gone. My pain had started to limit me at work and at home, and I am amazed at the relief that I have gotten." Those are Brian's own words, and they speak volumes about what Relief Factor can do. And I've seen that kind of transformation in myself, and hearing Brian's experience reinforces why I take endorsing Relief Factor so seriously. Before I started taking Relief Factor myself, I was losing hope that I could ever have a normal life again. My hands were in so much pain. It's created by doctors, 100% drug-free product using 4 key ingredients. It supports the body's natural inflammatory response. Hundreds of thousands of people have ordered Relief Factor, and like Brian and me, over 2/3 of these people go on to order more month after month. So don't wait. If you're dealing with pain, launch your 3-week quick start and see what Relief Factor can do for you. Call 800-4RELIEF or go to relieffactor.com. Don't wait anymore. Feel what it's like to be out of pain. 1-800-4-RELIEF.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, sports raconteur extraordinaire, and your mechanical mangler at the controls. It's Flounder Thursday. Cool and rainy, but it's going to be okay. We got your news. We got your Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage lying under oath before the Congressional Committee. So, you know, what a joke. I never met him. You know, that's not the issue. The issue with her was on the Clinton Crime Foundation. And they're linked to Jeffrey Epstein and that skanky little daughter of theirs and how she got all those millions of dollars and coming to the way. Anyway, whatever. Hey, how you doing? Kara, Pete, and Flounder. We got a lot more than that, too. In fact, a surprise double whammy this afternoon, and we'll get to in a second. First, Pete Davis, Mountains of Macon. Did you get any snow up there or just cold rain? I'm guessing like us down here, probably.
The sun's actually out right now.
Yeah, so. It's cleared up pretty good here. It was kind of a funny morning, but, it's going to be fine. It's still winter. I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, I thought the sun was going to come out tomorrow. That's what the little redhead
girl I heard that song and everything. It's time to come out. And frankly, that was I never saw that play or anything, but we all know the song from it. And they've had Andrea McCardle, I think, was the first one. And who else was it? Wasn't it Sally Messy, Jessie Longface? What's her name? Sarah Jessica Parker. Didn't she play that role once?
I don't know. No, Carol Burnett was in it.
Yeah, but I mean, but she wasn't. Carol Burnett was never the little girl. I mean, the little girl who sang "The Sun Will Come Out." Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, anything new up there in mountains Macon there, Pete Davis?
Nothing is new.
Oh, well, okay. But Flounder and Mrs. Flounder, Veronica, lovely Veronica, and
nothing is new as well.
So move.
There you are. Anyway,
anything new with you?
Nah, please, you're kidding me.
Yeah, seriously, why did I ask?
Actually, yeah, but you don't want to. I don't know. You don't want. Believe me, you don't want to be sucked into my vortex of hideous. Yeah, there aren't even. I'm going to start making up new words to describe exactly where I am right now in my life.
That's
okay,
the Kimmer Show, a vortex of suckitude.
That's right. Exactly. It's a day.
Revenge Tour 26.
I was going to say it's day 57 and the Kimmer's Revenge Tour 26. Anyway, and the future looks bleak. Formerly successful American male.
Yeah, Ken Peterson, formerly successful American male.
I got a big kick yesterday. Tom Hughes was talking about his wonderful winning team for something or other. I forgot what it was. He said it's second only, really. The thrill I had for that was second only to my induction into the Radio Hall of Fame. I thought. The memories. Anyway, Kimber P. Flounder. Hey, they're double surprise today. I hear as I'm kind of late breaking here. We normally and will have Shannon Burke at 5 o'clock today from the Men Who Live in Florida and on the radio, and at 5 o'clock. And then at 4 o'clock, I believe Neal Boortz is going to join us a day early instead of on Friday.
What time?
4 o'clock, I believe. Flounder, is that correct? We're still on 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock. He'll be traveling tomorrow. So.
There you go. He was on the morning show a day later than normal, also yesterday instead of Tuesday, but that's fine. Anytime he wants to come on, because he's retired, he can do what he's traveling around, and so whatever is easy, and that'll be fun today. Double whammy, 4 and 5. So there you are. So I really don't have to do much, after 4 o'clock. Thank you. Anyway, all right, here's the number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Very funny video popped up on my Facebook thing, and I show Flounder of Lucas the Podcat from 3 years ago, and it came up on my anniversary, how your phone shows us, 4 years ago today, or whatever it was. I don't know who.
Hey, did you see what I sent you and Pete yesterday? It was an anniversary. Boy. No, it was of me and Jack the Good Boy.
Oh, yeah, Jack, yeah, absolutely. In fact, when God, this is going to be so boring for people who don't give a crap about this stuff, including me. They don't give a crap about me and stuff. Thursday is Throwback Thursday. I guess nobody still does that except me. But anyway, on Thursday, so I go back into my file of photos and movies, phone movies of Jack the Good Boy and the Kitties and all the things from the past. So, and what I do is I go back and I'm actually going in row for the next Thursday. I'll go back the next day after this anniversary 4 or 5 years ago in my file, whatever, you know what I mean. And in fact, those come up with Flounder when he came to visit Jack the Good Boy that time. That was a lot of fun. So anyway, that popped up here today too. It was kind of cool. Let's see. Kim Pete Flounder. Okay, we got. Before I forget, Flounder, I'm going to play this soundbite. I'm going to play it every hour just to remind you what we're up against here in America today. Last night going home, I heard. Well, actually, two things popped up last night. Listened to Jesse Kelly nighttime. And one of them was, I had not seen the video after Trump's State of the Union address of those Democrats who held their little meeting as a counter-protest rally, and they were dressed up like frogs and turtles and dancing around and the guy was screaming the tranny with oh my God, I hope to hell that they use that video for all the commercials again coming up in the fall. I mean, holy cow, those stupid Democrats, my God. If I were a Republican running for office, I swear I would use the video of those people dressed up like frogs and turtles and whatever the hell, giraffes and whatever the hell they were doing, and I would also use the video of the members of Democrats in Congress sitting on their freaking hands while the rest of the crowd is applauding them. And I mean, what a bunch of idiots. Even Stephen A. Smith was screaming at him for being such idiots, falling into the trap of being idiots. I mean, God, how do you explain that?
These are the people who want to make the laws you have to live under.
Yeah, they want to run the country. I mean, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, I assume you've seen it, but again, I don't know who else covered it. I assume the main people covered it, the main news people they look at. Social media had to be all over the place on this stuff. I mean, it's just freaking hysterical. Anyway, and the other thing was, so you know that. The other thing was... Remember I mentioned yesterday, we're going to play that soundbite here, Flounder. Remember I mentioned yesterday about that CNN skank, Soon Min Kim, whose parents came from Korea. Not that I'm sure that means anything, I'm not sure. Screaming liberal on CNN. She was the one who was mocking Donald Trump's comments after the White House said CNN refused even to cover the Angel Mom ceremony, the families who lost children because of illegal immigrants under Biden. CNN refused even to talk about it, let alone cover it live like everybody else did. And so then the CNN girl, Soon Min Kim, said, she said, well, remember, they were talking about the so-called angel moms. So-called angel moms? Remember that yesterday? I mean, just despicable. Well, here's one I didn't hear until last night going home, and bless their hearts, the morning show, I heard it last night too and played it again this morning. This is a woman named Representative Robin Kelly. She's a congresswoman from Illinois, a Democrat. She is running to be the senator from Illinois to replace Senator Dick Durbin. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. And she was talking to people about the Donald Trump State of the Union address, and here's what she said about one of the most important things that happened in America, let alone just in that speech. Flounder, this is Robin Kelly from Illinois.
I was there, and it was as horrific as I thought it would be.
Did you leave early?
Absolutely. It was like an award show. You get a medal. You get a medal. You get a medal.
That's literally, Mo just said, you get a car, you get a car. Y'all are on the same page.
Yeah, mocking Oprah Winfrey when she said, you get a car, when she gave away all those cars that time. You get a medal, They're talking about the Medal of Honor. And for people who got wounded in heroism and saving people's... Yeah. Oh, my God. I mean, honestly... How do they think that's... she's running to be a United States senator?
Oh, she'll win in Illinois. She's a hero to those people.
You know, and people, honestly, I know I'm way out of bounds here. And again, I'm not in the demographic. So it's like, I know my opinion doesn't really count for much, but honestly, I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard of such a thing. When's the last time you heard anybody mocking awards for the Medal of Honor ever in your life, ever?
Yeah, in Vietnam, the entire 1970s, the liberals thought it was okay to bash the military and make fun of them. Guess what? We're back in that cycle now, because after the Gulf War for like 25 years, they couldn't do it, but now they feel strong enough they can start bashing and mocking the military again.
You know, I just honestly...
Police, military, doesn't matter. ICE.
I'm just beside myself trying to... I mean, I just don't get it.
Two countries. Two different
It really
countries.
is. And I don't see a way to put it back together.
I don't want to live in the same country as them.
Well, anyway. And by the way, coming up, we're going to compare that to what happened in another country that has something of a different tradition about patriotism. Coming up, Kimmer P. Flounder and Neal Boortz at 4 and Shannon Burke at 5 here on 106.3. How you doing? Thursday, look out.
If Minnesota has shown us anything, it's that the left will side with rioters over America. The real immigration crisis is inside blue cities, whose years of soft-on-crime, open border policies are now colliding with public safety. Atlanta's conservative news and talk station won't be swayed by headwinds of left-wing media. We'll always give you the facts from the most trusted voices in the country. Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
There's never been a better time to fall in love with Subaru. Now through March 31st, get award-winning vehicles and exceptional offers from a brand you trust during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Gwinnett. Explore the full lineup of hybrid, electric, gas, and wilderness vehicles, including the 2026 Subaru Forester and the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback. Every Subaru is made with love and built to last, with dependability and value coming standard. Whether you're looking to match your adventurous spirit with the 2026 Subaru Outback or land on the reliability of the 2026 Subaru Forester, Subaru of Gwinnett has the perfect fit for your family. You'll love exploring in the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek. And the 2026 Subaru Legacy is what happens when we put the best of Subaru into a sedan. Plus, every Subaru model comes equipped with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. There's a lot to discover and a lot to love at Subaru of Gwinnett. Come in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth or start shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Hey Atlanta, it's Drake Baldwin here. When I won Rookie of the Year, I thought of everyone who helped me along the way. My friends, my family, and hot showers. That's why when something goes wrong, I call Superior Plumbing. Still locally owned, Superior has been serving Atlanta for over 40 years as the go-to plumber for leak repairs, toilet replacement, and water heater installation. They don't call them the honest one for no reason. Superior's team is my MVP. Remember, there's no job too small.
770-422 Plum. Big moments deserve big-time craftsmanship. At Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we've been family-owned and operated since 1982 because we know what it means to show up when it counts. Jaron Solomon here, and that's why we're proud to be an official Tacori jeweler. Each Tacori ring is handcrafted in California, going through 20 elite artisans before it hits your hands. Not mass-produced, not generic, always personal. And with Solomon Brothers, you get lifetime cleanings, unbeatable financing, and the largest Takori selection in Georgia. Stop by a store in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg. Visit SolomonBrothers.com to book your private appointment. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, where love is in the details and legends are built to last. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs and official jeweler of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
I'm 8th generation watermelon farmer and NASCAR driver Ross Chastain. And one thing's for sure, racing with professional drivers requires me to use my melon. So if you've had a drink after a long day at work or celebrated a little too much, always surrender those keys to a sober designated driver. Because you should never mix drinking with any kind of driving, and that's using your melon.
A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
Sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
I'm Rick Jackson. My dad abandoned us. My mom was an alcoholic, so I left the projects. Shoe shining, ticket scalping, vacuum sales. I found purpose in work and built a $3 billion business. Like President Trump, I don't owe anybody anything. And like you, I'm sick of career politicians. I'm running for governor to lead America in criminal deportations, to cut income taxes in half, freeze our insane property taxes, reform the system so that anyone who can work will work, and not just sit around binge watching Netflix and eating Cheetos. I'll let law enforcement do their job. And if you're caught helping a child change their sex, you're going to jail. I'm Rick Jackson, and I'll get these done. Paid for by Jackson for Governor, Inc.
I got a feeling this year's governor's race is going to be a beauty. I wonder. I mean, I don't know anything about rating. I don't know about how the polls are doing because it's still early. This guy Rick Jackson's only been really at it for about a week, I think. That I remember him ads showing up, but he sure is getting my attention. Anyway, and by the way, also, well, no, I guess I shouldn't talk. It's not political stuff. Kim Rapine Flounder, and again, Neal Boortz joining us at 4 today rather than Friday, and Shannon Burke at 5. And Ed Sheeran joining us right now. This ginger, popular, the girls love him, man. He definitely has a sound.
Yeah, it's called auto-tune.
Yeah, well, I mean, it does seem. It reminds me of when Cher went to that, went to that thing in the auto-tune stuff. That they started doing that kind of thing. Yeah. But again, he's a dance tune guy. So, anyway, 2022 Ed Sheeran #1 in Britain with the 5th album Equals, outperformed the rest of the top 30 combined. This is 4 years ago today. The album debuted atop Billboard's chart, his fourth chart-topping album in America. There you go, Ed Sheeran. And hold on, phone calls take priority. It's Martin. Martin, you on the radio, man. Happy Thursday. How's it going, sir? What's up?
It's always a good Thursday.
Yes,
How are you?
Well done. We're well and happy, sir, and happy to be alive. Yes, sir.
Okay, so that music, it does have a sound. Kind of reminds me of a broken toilet, but we'll move on.
Did I
say that? Oh, geez.
No.
Anyhow,
yes.
Pete had mentioned this is not my country, or I don't want to live here or something. And, I have to tell you, it's not our country anymore. We grew up in an entirely different country.
Yeah.
So the question for you, Flounder, and Pete, what are the options? And you have to consider the three most important things: quality of life, correct?
Yeah.
And now here we measure that based upon proximity to the strip mall. The second one would be quality of food.
Yeah. Well.
And here, even with Kennedy's efforts, it's still a chemical spill. And the third one, the United States is no longer top on medical. We might have the best facilities and best trained doctors, possibly. But at the end of the day, we don't have the best health care. We're ranked like 37 or something.
Who has the best health care?
What are the options? What are the options? This may be something you want to ask Neal also. But,
well, I mean, it depends. Back when I before the banksters and some various things took my whole life away, my goal was to have a place in some place, a getaway place like Costa Rica or the Dominican Republic or someplace. If you ever had to go to live in another place, if you had enough money, and back when we were thinking about this years and years ago, you could have a live-in housekeeper, somebody take care of everything for you for $100 a month in some of these places, and so there were options if you have money to be able to retire in a foreign land, but honestly, I just have to suck it up and suck it out here, and I'm not leaving America, but I have to find a place where I don't want to shoot somebody every day because I think I'm almost I was thinking about there are more stories on Joe Biden's duplicity in his administration coming up, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm tired of being called the freaking enemy of my country. I served my country. It was just killing me about how I'm looked at by half my freaking country, and it's just driving me nuts.
Well, the people that are actually bringing benefit to the country represent less than 50% of the population.
Yeah.
And the majority of the population, they hate us. They want everything for free.
Yeah.
And look at our education system.
Yeah.
Try and turn that around.
Yeah, I know.
That is the proverbial freighter. You don't turn that around overnight. It's going to take over 20 years, and then you've got the legacy teachers to deal with.
Yeah.
You're still paying, just like the post office. If we were to burn the post office down, I don't mean that, but
not
get rid of the post office.
Yes.
We are still paying pensions, in the $100,000 range. The guys in my area are getting paid $100,000+ a year.
Wow.
What the heck is that? That's a glorified paperboy.
Well,
Well, isn't it? I mean, the thing is, the paperboy has to provide his own transportation.
Well,
he has to sort everything.
When I was a paperboy, I had to go to a place on my bike, and I got like 100 papers, and I had sacks, and I had to fold the papers into triangle,
I had a 330.
Well, there you are. Yeah, that's right. And pedal on my bike in the snow and the rain, and whether I was sick or not, and everything. I mean, absolutely. And by the way, back when I was a kid, they told me where they wanted the paper. Some wanted it between the screen door and the front door. Some wanted it on the back, the milk container where the guy delivers the milk. I mean, every single house had a place where they wanted their paper. And by God, if it wasn't there when they expected it, you weren't getting a tip of 10 cents. By the way.
My route, it was all uphill.
Back in my day.
Y'all discuss the options, okay?
I know. Well, good question, Martin. Excellent. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. But I even hate to think about it. I don't want to think about leaving. I'll never leave my country. I'll fight to the death. On my last freaking breath, I'll be somebody who's attacking me and calling me an enemy, and I'll say, that's it. I'm done. It's over. Can't do this anymore. Anyway. Oh, in fact, I was going to mention something I teased earlier. We just told you again about that woman, and I'll give you her name again. She's an Illinois Democrat Congress skank, Robin Kelly. And she's the one who was mocking the Medal of Honor awards ceremony, as though it's just, giving out, everybody gets a participation prize. And so, which is how she feels about heroes who, that's Medal of Honor. Anyway, compare that with this. This might be a little extreme, but still, check this out. In the Dominican Republic, a 64-year-old woman named Amaris Brito Rodriguez, we'll call her Amaris, she has been arrested because she was at a karaoke session at a restaurant, and she sang the Dominican Republic's national anthem, but she did it to her own high-tempo local rhythm called dembow, and she was clutching the microphone in one hand and raising the other to punctuate every word, swaying to the music, customers joining in the singing. She was doing an urban-style genre at this restaurant with a karaoke session. Police, a couple days later, went to her home and put her in handcuffs. She had written the version of the song of the Dominican Republic's national anthem. She wrote her version 22 years ago and had been, playing it for various friends, stuff like that, doing it and entertaining stuff until now. but police say she violated an article of the law regarding national symbols in the Dominican Republic, defining acts of outrage against our national anthem. It's illegal to change the anthem's lyrics and musical tempo, to turn it into a danceable music piece or dance while it's being performed, and to sing or play it at a posthumous ceremony of an individual who lacks certain attributes. If found guilty of the charge, I don't know what that means. If found guilty of the charge, she could face several months in prison and a fine. She said, "Forgive me, my country. Forgive me in every way I need to ask. Forgive me. Sorry, sorry." They arrested her for doing her version of the Dominican Republic national anthem. Now, that seems a little harsh. However, they voted on it. The people live under it. They're doing it. And obviously we can't, you couldn't have the Whitney Houston version of the national anthem in America without everybody going to jail. So, but still, at least they, I brought it up only because, at least they said something. They care. They said something. They have a goal. They have a standard. They love their country. They, against the Dominican Republic, so they're known for a few things, and by God, they hang on to it. God bless them. I bet they're proud of their country. I bet they're proud of who they are and what they do, and the people they send to America, for that matter, who have been successful, or anywhere else in the world. Anyway, but again, it's just, this, our country, I was saying, you mentioned, after 9/11, for crying out loud, all those flags flying. There's 2 flags in my neighborhood, and I don't see them for miles. I don't see American flags almost anywhere.
Spoiled. They don't have to fight for their food every day or something. Yeah. And it's the same people that think the food comes from Kroger and the water comes from the spigot.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. In fact, I heard I might have been Glenn Beck talking about the number of family farms that have disappeared in this country. And I mean, of course, everybody. My grandfather was a farmer. That's how they made his living.
They're letting the Chinese government buy farmland. Yeah. Bill Gates is buying the farmland. What do you think that evil bastard is doing with it?
Yeah. I don't think he'll be doing much for a while now that he's admitted. Although he only admitted that he had sex with a couple of Russian girls. I wonder whether that's really the extent of Mr. Gates' shenanigans over the... thank you.
What is this farce of interviewing Hillary about Epstein?
I know.
No one thinks Hillary Clinton was on Epstein Island doing things. It was her husband.
That's right.
We don't care what Hillary thinks about Epstein Island unless she's going to squill on Billy.
Well, that's not going to happen. The only reason she's called, and again, I kind of looked into this, and I heard Comer talking about this today. There is a link between Hillary Rodham Pea Stinky Fart Cabbage and the Trump Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, which is coming up. He was a relation to Epstein, and she was too. Her ties to him, and also Ghislaine Maxwell. But the biggest thing is about the Epstein ties to Hillary Rodham Pea Stinky Fart Cabbage and the nonprofit Clinton Crime Foundation. Remember, all of a sudden, she had, we got the Clinton Crime Foundation and the hundreds of millions of dollars that came in from around the world, every country in the world, until all of a sudden she lost and it went boom, all of a sudden the money dried up, but of course they kept it. And apparently Epstein was one of the first people to raise money for the Clinton Crime Foundation. He solicited money at his properties for the Clinton Crime Foundation. There were a lot of questions pertaining to their involvement with the initiative and her relationship with Ghislaine Maxwell. And, of course, Hillary says, if this committee is serious about learning the truth from his trafficking crimes, it would rely on press giggles and get those answers from our current president on his involvement. Of course, they're all saying, Donald Trump's mentioned 10,000 times. And Hillary went on to say, I've had people killed. I could kill all you people if you don't get off my freaking back.
Allegedly.
I think that was one of the unquoted. Well, in fact, hold on a minute. I got some of the information right here. In fact, I looked this up. Hold on, it's going to take me just a second. I looked this up today.
Time for a break?
All right. Well, I got it right here. It's got. I'll post
Saved by the bell.
I'll post it later.
If you listen to Extra, share it with a friend. It's how we grow and how we can reach everyone in the Atlanta community that believes in the American way of life. If you value the station, help us grow by telling someone about the Extra 106.3 app.
When Atlanta drivers want strength, capability, and comfort in one place, they head to Jim Ellis Buick GMC.
That's because Buick and GMC deliver everything from refined luxury to serious professional-grade performance, and Jim Ellis Buick GMC makes the buying experience quick, easy, and transparent.
Whether you're looking for a rugged GMC Sierra, a versatile Acadia, or a refined Buick Enclave, you'll find a huge selection in stock right now.
And just like every Jim Ellis dealership, you can shop your way. Start online, value your trade, schedule a test drive, even handle paperwork from home.
Or stop by and experience the no-pressure, straightforward approach Jim Ellis is known for.
Find your new Buick GMC at JimEllisBuickGMC.com or shop in person for a VIP shopping experience designed around your needs.
2 convenient locations to serve you. In Chamblee on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter, or up Highway 20 in Buford near the Mall of Georgia.
Jim Ellis Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait. And don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The Georgia Swarm are on a hot streak. 5 straight wins. Come out and see the world-class professional lacrosse on Native Heritage Night. Saturday, February 28th at Gas South Arena, presented by Harrah's Cherokee Casino and EBCI. Experience the culture, the tradition, and the pride behind the sport that started it all. Right here with your Georgia Swarm, the South's home to professional lacrosse. Get your tickets today for Saturday's game, February 28th, 7:30 p.m., GeorgiaSwarm.com.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays, anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the Extra 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
By the way, apparently Nancy Mace showed some kind of picture at the Hillary meeting deposition today, and they had to stall the proceedings because she wasn't supposed to. I don't know. I haven't gotten to the bottom of it yet.
No, it was Benny Johnson.
Who showed the picture?
Yeah, he was the one who took the picture and put it
took
on.
a pic.
I got you. Yeah.
Social media influencer.
And Hillary threw a fit because she was looking for a reason to throw a fit and walk out and storm out, and he gave her the reason. Yeah. But it wouldn't have been any reason. She was going to find a reason.
Yeah. Well, again, and her comments were, it's all Donald Trump. If you paying attention to, and this is a distraction, stuff like that. Anyway, we'll get to it coming up. Kimmer P. Flounder, how you doing? Neal Boortz at 4 and Shannon Burke at 5. Rather double whammy today for you. Okay, first of all, 2019. Andy Anderson. Is that this guy here right here? It says here he's a drummer. I worked with the Cure. Is this the Cure?
This is the Cure. Yes, it is.
All I know about them is Friday I'm in Love. I'm sorry. That's all I know about the Cure. Anyway, 2019, English drummer Andy Anderson died of cancer. He was 68. Best known for working with the Cure, playing on singles Love Cats and The Caterpillar, which is one of those. One of these.
This is Love Cats.
Love Cats. All right, sir. Again, I don't know why I've never heard The Cure on my radio station dials other than Friday I'm in Love. That's the only song I've ever heard of theirs. Anyway, he died 68, and he worked with many other artists, including Steve Hillage, Edwin Collins, Mike Oldfield, The Gun Club, and Peter Gabriel. Well, I know that one, so that's good. I feel right at home now. Our birthday list includes Mitch Ryder. Now we're talking. Hey, Flounder, you ever heard of Mitch Ryder?
No.
How about Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels?
No.
That helped? No. There's probably good reason. The man's 81 years old today. But Mitch Ryder, you've probably heard the song, Devil with a blue dress, devil with a blue dress on. Da, 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 da. You've heard that song, right?
I'd have to Google it to listen to.
Oh my God! Wow. Holy cow!
When was the song released?
Well, I don't know, but that's why it's like oh my God! I can't believe that's that song.
When was the song released?
I have no idea.
I need to know.
70 probably.
I wasn't born until 78.
Yeah, probably.
No,
70.
Springsteen did a rework of it.
Anyway, well, if you heard it, you probably recognize. He also did Little Latin Loopy-Loo, da-da-da-da-da, Little Latin Loopy-Loo. Anyway, Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels. Mitch Ryder's 81. Double with a blue dress, double with a blue dress on. God, I'm so old. Guess what? I'm not changing. Anyway. All right, here we go. Let's see. I got a little history thing here for you. In the year 1616, on this date, the Roman Catholic Church gives astronomer Galileo Galilei his first warning about this nonsense of believing the Earth goes around the sun. An idea for which he was later convicted of heresy. It took 300 years for the church to say, "Ups-a-daisy, yeah, okay, you were right, God."
Took him 300 years to
300.
get around to.
Well, they got stuff to do. You know, they got Bibles to take care. They got to have the pews. They got the cushions to take.
Had to accumulate gold in the basement.
Yeah, well, you got all the storage rooms. For the
art statues.
You got to train
secrets.
You got to train the albino hitman. I mean, come on.
The albino hitman. Yeah, you're right. It's been a busy half millennia.
I got traditions. This goes back thousands of years.
Tradition. What? Wait, wrong religion. Sorry.
Oh, damn. God, we had it there for a second.
That's Fiddler on the Roof.
All right, now, and speaking of Hillary Rodham Peace, Stinky Fart Cabbage, she's saying, it's all a distraction. It's really all about Donald Trump, and he's there 10,000 times in the files more than so-and-so. And again, she won't admit this. She had all those people killed. Although, check this out. For example, there's a belief that Clinton and his wife had about 50 people murdered to make it look mostly like traffic accidents or suicides.
Allegedly.
Like Don Henry and Kevin Ives, 2 Arkansas teenagers. Their bodies were killed and put on railroad tracks because they witnessed a drug drop at an airport called Mena Airport, which Bill Clinton ran when he was governor of Arkansas to get drug money, and he had to kill the kids because they were witnesses to a drug drop. How about Vince Foster? Remember a park in Virginia that she apparently put the gun in the wrong hand after she shot him in the mouth? How about Jerry Parks, head of security Clinton headquarters, presidential campaign in 92, killed leaving a Mexican restaurant because he was shot 10 times. His father had collected a secret, the kid's son said his father got a secret file of Clinton's peccadillos and was using the file to blackmail him and got murdered. Kathleen Willie's husband, Edward Willie. Kathleen Willie's the one who got raped. Clinton raped her, and her husband suddenly died. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Ron Brown. Hell, they blew up a whole plane to get him. Oh, by the way, remember when they had the Ron Brown funeral service memorial, and Clinton and I forgot who else was walking, making jokes, laughing like hell? Wasn't the black guy in the cabin that talked about sex with him all the time? No, the Urban League director. Who was the Urban League guy? The very famous black guy that Clinton, he used to talk about women all the time. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, remember?
I forget his name.
Oh, I can't believe it.
He was in the government, too.
Yeah. And he was huge. Yeah. And he said, all we talked about was, Remember? Right. Oh, I got in my head.
It doesn't matter what
it doesn't matter. Anyway,
I know.
Okay, all right, we're done with that. Anyway, so Hillary Rodham Peace, Stinky Fart Cabbage, perjured herself today, and Clinton will perjure himself tomorrow. I can't wait to see what the result of tomorrow. Now, Hillary, the only thing really, if there's a link between the foundation raising money and other foreign countries and stuff, I mean, there's all kinds of potential things there with the Epstein
She'll
file.
scream it's politics, and they won't touch her.
Yeah, not only that, she's erased all her emails. I guarantee you, if those emails were available, 30,000 that she erased, I guarantee that she's up to her neck in everything. She started the phony Russian Steele dossier business, her law firm, and she gave anyway, you know the story. Epstein, another quickie. More again, 3 million files released because of Donald Trump. Democrats never did anything. Donald Trump did, and because of that, every day I'm telling you, you're going to have things like this popping up. two things at Harvard now. You remember just yesterday we found out that what's the guy? The Harvard president, Larry Summers, ex-president, has had to resign pretty much everything he does with Harvard. And now a Harvard math professor, Martin Nowak, dubbed Jeffrey Epstein's inside man at Harvard, is on leave after new information about what he's been doing with the convicted dead pedophile. Novak was gifted $6.5 million. Jeffrey Epstein gave this math teacher Nowak the money to create a now closed down program for evolutionary dynamics. And it was the fresh probe investigating the university's conduct policies. Guy got $6.5 million as a math professor, and he gave Epstein unlimited access to Harvard, including the property. He gave him a key card. Epstein got a passcode. And the Department of Justice emails show that he had plans to visit Epstein's famous island with JetBlue flight arrangements and talk about him wanting to visit on March 17th and so forth. And Nowak has denied having any knowledge of Epstein's crimes. On the other hand, if he doesn't know that Epstein committed a crime of presenting him with a 14-year-old girl, that if he can't prove that Epstein presented him, if he had sex with a 14-year-old girl, then the evidence of a crime is his. Not that I'm saying he did, who knows? But still, another guy at Harvard. And Epstein had the run of the place. Had his own passcode. And gave $6.5 million. I wonder what else Epstein was doing on the Harvard campus with all those girls. I mean, sure. I mean, this goes so. And now the other
was recruiting.
Apparently. And by the way, also now, I don't know how much stock to put in it, but you know that this got to be true because the lawyers were all tipped off to it. The story is still going around that there are hidden files that they know were stored at various places that they'll never get to. And we know that's true because the lawyers were all tipped off that were going to be raids and stuff. So, we'll never get to the end of all of this. But here, every day there's going to be another thing. Every single day. Anyway, so, that's just part of life here. Okay, a couple things. More Biden scandalous stuff coming up. First of all, I had some fun last night in New Jersey. The crowd at the Prudential Center in Newark was there for the hockey game as the hero of the Devils game, Jack Hughes, who was the hero of the gold medal winning men's hockey team at the Olympics, as the team was introduced and he was introduced, and then the crowd introduced the 54-year-old Democrat governor of just elected of New Jersey, Mickey Sherrill, and her husband introduced to the ice before the Devils game against the Buffalo Sabres last night and were historically booed. She was there to do the puck drop and give Jack Hughes a New Jersey state flag. And so what happened? They got booed like crazy, just unmercifully. And the governor's office shared a picture of the photo op of the governor who's now hated because she just lied to the people who elected her. She's now done everything. She's raised taxes and she's done proposals that they said, wait a minute, that's not what you said. I mean, it's just typical liar to get elected. Anyway, they shared a picture of the photo op, but there's no audio or video that people hear of them getting totally freaking booed. So that's good. Sounds like everybody was booing you. I wanted to figure out why. Best thing that ever happened at The Rock is what they call it. You got booed by the hockey team fans, probably the first Annapolis graduate in history that it's ever happened to. Yeah, she went to Annapolis. Naval Academy. Anyway, so the freaking New Jersey. Well, you got what you deserve, They got another fraud and a phony, and they got it. A couple quick things. The Biden administration, the Biden family, please don't ever forget, this is the man who had to pardon his whole stinking family. His whole stinking family, because they're a bunch of crooks. He called you and me traitors. He called you and me a danger to society. He had the Marines guarding him in the gates of hell on the 4th of July to say that half America, the MAGA supporters, were a danger to America. Don't ever forget that stuff. 120 offshore accounts they can't sustain. Wonder where the money went. Bribes, collusion, the Department of Justice, and now it turns out that Biden's FBI, this guy Jack Smith and the FBI, and this was under Christopher Wray, I guess, obviously the disgrace of Atlanta, where they subpoenaed Kash Patel's and Susie Wiles's phone records while they were both out of public office. They were civilians. And Jack Smith and the FBI got their phone records to spy on two civilian Americans who would become Kash Patel, the FBI director, and Susie Wiles, the most powerful woman in the world, perhaps. Certainly the most powerful woman in America. investigating Donald Trump as part of the excuse to raid Mar-a-Lago. It's all set up. And by the way, the biggest thing is that they gave the FBI directors were, and all the emails show this. The FBI was saying, well, we can't just raid Mar-a-Lago. We have to get Biden's permission first. And they said, okay, well, the emails say we have to get Biden's permission. He says, well, go ahead. We don't give a damn what it looks like. And they all coordinated it, which is, of course, is exactly opposite of what Joe Biden has always claimed. He said, I didn't know anything about the raid at Mar-a-Lago. Never heard a thing. I had no prior knowledge. They kept me out of it entirely. He had to approve it. Dirty, stinking liars. God, you can't hate these people enough. What they did to this country, deliberately, for political power reasons, and he wasn't behind it. It was that freaking wife of his. The enabler, the cuckold queen. God, and Susan Rice. Oh, man, all right, coming at 3:46. You gotta give her Pete and Flounder, Neal Boortz at 4, and Shannon at 5. I got it all. Da-da-da.
Extra 106.3 is getting ready for the 2026 midterms. And on the ballot, it's freedom versus communism. The choice is clear, and your vote matters more than ever. The future of our community and our country hangs in the balance, and the conservative voice of Atlanta will continue to fight the good fight right up to the election. Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Join Daniel Madelon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's not PR, it's not fluff. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, one second chance at a time. This week's guest is Vernon Jones, candidate for Georgia Secretary of State. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
So your New Year's resolution was to slow down on the drinking. Now you're in a jail cell facing a DUI. Time to call A Second Chance Bail Bonds. A Second Chance will get your loved one home quickly. For 20 years, they've been helping folks with 12 locations across Metro Atlanta and Birmingham and are available 24/7. For fast, professional, discreet services, call 404-BAILOUT. That's 404-BAILOUT or visit atlbail.com. A Second Chance Bail Bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us.
Shopping the new 2026 Toyota Camry? Well, here's the smartest way to do it. Get the Camry you want and get it from the dealership that protects your purchase. At Marietta Toyota, every new Toyota comes with our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, valid for unlimited time and unlimited mileage for as long as you own your Toyota. And you can buy with confidence because Marietta Toyota is a BBB A+ rated business, and we're rated 4.6 stars on Google with over 11,000 reviews. Right now, we've got a strong Camry inventory arriving daily so you can choose the trim and color that you want while selection is at its best. Special APR is available on the new 2026 Camry, 4.99% APR for 72 months. Well-qualified buyers. Visit us on Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota since 1975. We've been here and will be here for you.
4.99% APR for 72 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers will qualify. Offer ends 3/2/26. Lifetime powertrain warranty included with every new Toyota purchase. See dealer for details.
Are you paying too much in taxes? Most people are, and they don't even realize it. Hi, I'm David Nicholas, president of Nicholas Wealth Management. Every year, hardworking individuals and business owners send more money to the IRS than they legally have to. I hate to see it. Not because they did anything wrong, but because the tax code is complex. It's always changing, and it's full of opportunities most people never hear about. So here's the real question. Could you be paying less in taxes? With the right strategy, many people can. Through smarter planning, overlooked deductions, and better retirement and income decisions, you can win in retirement. That's why we're offering a complimentary tax analysis. No cost, no obligation, just a clear look at where you may be overpaying and what you can do about it. Stop guessing, get answers. Call Nicholas Wealth Management 678-990-8500, 678-990-8500, or visit nicholaswealth.com.
Nicholas Wealth Management is an independent financial services firm. This is for informational purposes only and is not specific investment advice.
You know, one of the most rewarding parts of sharing Relief Factor with you is hearing real stories like Sandra. She wrote into me, she said, Glenn, I've been hearing about Relief Factor on your radio show for a couple of years. I finally decided to try it because nothing else was helping with my back pain. With the 3-week quick start, I went for it. I feel like a new person. Sandra's own words, and it's gratifying to hear. Thank you, Sandra. When I read stories like this, I remember how I was starting to lose hope. and it feels good to help people all over America live pain-free again. It was created by doctors. Relief Factor is a 100% drug-free product using 4 key ingredients that supports the body's natural inflammatory response. And hundreds of thousands of people have ordered Relief Factor, and like Sandra and me, over 2/3 of these people go on to order more month after month. So try it yourself. The 3-week quick start. See how Relief Factor could be a game changer for you as well. Call the number 800-4RELIEF, 1-800-4RELIEF, or go to relieffactor.com. Don't wait any longer. Get out of pain today.
It's official. President Trump has endorsed Burt Jones for governor.
Burt Jones has been an incredible leader. This man has my complete and total endorsement, and I really want to see him win.
Burt Jones is a trusted Trump conservative who's leading the fight to end Georgia's state income tax.
He's going to make a great, great governor. You will be very happy, Georgia. Burt Jones has my complete and total endorsement.
Paid for by Burt Jones for Georgia.
Boom, bam, bam. You got to give Queen a lot of credit, man. This song in 2011 was still the most played song at U.S. sporting events. The Royalty Distribution Service, BMI, figured it out. According to them, based off Major League Baseball, the NFL, and hockey games, We Will Rock You was #1 song overall, especially for the NFL specifically. Queen, still going strong for all these days. Kevin Pete and Flounder, 3:52. Neal Boortz joining us at 4. Unusual and a great pleasure today instead of Friday. And also Shannon Burke at 5. So there you go. Our birthday list includes Greg German. Greg German's that blonde-haired guy who is 68 years old. He was on Ally McBeal. He was also on Ned and Stacy. And Greg German was also the geek who found the password in Clear and Present Danger for Harrison Ford, among other things. Greg German, 68 today. And on this day in history, this is funny. Yesterday, there was a story in the news that I didn't get to that I had Flounder print out. And it was a story about Halle Berry and her new boyfriend. And she says, well, we'll probably get married. We may not. But she's been married 3 or 4 times to David Justice and people. And the story was that Halle Berry on a podcast. All the celebrity things are all on podcasts. They're admitting everything on podcasts. And Halle Berry said that from now on, she's not going to fake it. That she and her lover have actually had conversations about, being responsible for your own thing with the thing and I'll be the thing. And so I'm no more faking. I'm thinking, boy, I'll bet your other, husbands and lovers are glad you finally decided to stop faking it, which I think is atrocious, but I don't know why. And these freaking celebrities, honestly, it's every day. I could give you a story about a celebrity on a podcast where they announce the most horrible things you've ever heard on your life, and they're admitting everything on the podcasts, almost every day. Celebrities.
It makes you wonder, should we do a podcast?
Well, in fact, I don't know. Did I just mention this? And I was in my head. I did, but I can't remember. I popped up on my phone today from was the podcat. Luke is the podcat.
Yeah.
From our podcast, anyway, so that was fun. Now, the reason I mentioned Halle Berry is because it was on this day in 2005. The Golden Raspberry Awards ceremony for the worst film. The guest of the award show treated to a surprise acceptance speech by Oscar winner Halle Berry. She won the Razzie for Worst Actress for the Warner Brothers flop Catwoman. The movie was nominated for 7 awards, including Worst Director, Worst Supporting Actor, Worst Supporting Actress, Sharon Stone, Worst Screenplay, and Worst Picture. Worst couple, Halle Berry and Benjamin Bratt, worst couple. 4 years earlier, Halle Berry won an Oscar for Best Actress in Monsters Ball. And in her good-natured acceptance speech, Halle Berry on this day in 2005 said, "It was just what my career needed. I was at the top, and now I'm at the bottom." Anyway, Halle Berry, all in good sports. 3:55, Cameron, Pete, and Flounder. We didn't. This story here has been going on for a while about the woman in North Carolina who disappeared 25 years ago. She was Christmas shopping. Michelle Smith, 62 years old, was Christmas shopping in 2001 and disappeared. 24 years on the run, disappeared. Recently, a few days ago, they caught her. She was arrested for something, and they matched her, whatever, and they found her. And she still, even then, did not want her family to know where she was. Okay, that was a few days ago. And Pete and I have talked about this off the air. It was a story we just didn't get to, but it's so weird. And the question was, my God, what would you do if your mother disappeared Christmas shopping? 24 years later, you found out she's alive and nearby. She's like a couple hundred miles away. And would you want to see her? Would you forgive her? Come on, my God, your mind must be going crazy. Well, guess what? The update is she's just been arrested. And she just got arrested because she failed to appear in court for a drunk driving charge in November of 2001. Right before she vanished. Her mugshot shows her now haggard, dreary-eyed, after a run from the family in 24 years, living in a trailer park in a poor area of North Carolina. She was tracked down a quarter of a century, abandoning her husband and 3 children. Never came back. They looked and looked, and she said they had issues. They were both cheating on each other. She was a drunk. And the daughter said since her mother was found, she still wants a family reunion, despite the conflicting emotions. I can only imagine. God. She just disappeared.
That's like
3 kids.
Okay, that's like disappearing from Atlanta and moving somewhere up here right over the North Carolina line to Cherokee or something.
Yeah.
And nobody recognizing you.
24 years. And now they caught her. Now that she's under arrest for skipping out on a court. Well, so now at some point this is going to come to a head. The follow-up's going to be, do they get together? Anyway, do you forgive her? I can't imagine. What would you do, Lord? All right. Flouder's funny here. Give her a feed, Flouder. We got a little something here.
I really wanted there to be a female president. Wouldn't that have been cool? Yeah. And while I'm sad we don't have one, I'm not surprised. Like, the history of our country is very slow when it comes to women and their rights, right? Like the amendment that finally gave women the right to vote, that was the 19th amendment. 19th. The 18th banned all alcohol in the United States. We tried that first. I mean, some guy was walking around like, hey, don't you think women should vote? They're like, damn, that dude is drunk. That guy is wasted. We better ban alcohol before they come up with any other dumb ideas. What's this genius gonna think up next? Interracial marriage? Shut it down. Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Harrison Greenbaum right there.
Harrison Greenbaum? Have we played him before? He's
no,
very
that's
funny.
The first I've got of him.
Oh, my Lord. Well, write that down. That's a pretty funny guy. 3:58. Kim, Repeat, and Flounder. Don't forget Neal Boortz at 4 o'clock and what's his name? Shannon Burke at 5 o'clock, Man Country Time, down in Florida radio area. I got a very clever little note here from my friend Milton, I believe was from, who is a Facebook friend. Oops-a-daisy, here we go. And it's a picture of a guy, and he's looking all forlorn, and he says to himself, you know, I thought my new girlfriend might have been just the right one. But after going through her closet, finding a nurse's outfit, a French maid's outfit, a policewoman's uniform, I figured, God, if she can't even hold down a job, that's not the girl for me. See if she had all those.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know Rick the Painter had called and you were trying to top him.
You know, you bastards.
That was a preliminary strike, wasn't it? In case he does call later.
Well, I'm just not going to do any of my stuff anymore.
Who wrote that for you?
I told you, from Milton. It's not my fault. I'm the interlocutor. I'm just the interlocutor. It's my job. All right, look out, 4 o'clock. Neal Boortz at 4 and Shannon Burke at 5. So here we go. All right, look out, 106.3. That's only Thursday. I got a day of this tomorrow. Oh, my God.
Streaming across Georgia on the Extra 106.3 app. This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
Deposition denials. Lisa Brady, Fox News. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton giving closed-door testimony to the House Oversight's Jeffrey Epstein probe, telling lawmakers she doesn't recall ever encountering Epstein and knew nothing about his and Ghislaine Maxwell's crimes. Democrats say focusing on the Clintons is a distraction.
Now, Bill Clinton appears tomorrow. He met and traveled with Jeffrey Epstein, but Democrats have an ulterior motive with bringing in President Clinton. They think that if they bring in President Clinton, that will help establish a precedent, maybe to bring in President Trump if they win control of the House after the midterms.
Fox's Chad Pergram in Chappaqua, New York, where the Clintons live and where the depositions are happening at a performing arts center. The committee's ranking Democrat accuses the Justice Department of withholding Epstein files that show allegations against President Trump. The Justice Department has denied a cover-up. A mixture of optimism and tension after a third round of indirect nuclear talks between the U.S. and Iran.
According to Oman's foreign minister, the man who was mediating these indirect conversations today in Geneva, Switzerland, there was significant progress made, and technical details, according to the foreign minister, are going to be discussed next week in Austria. We have heard this cautious optimism before, and that's why you see this massive military buildup across the region. And here in Israel, officials preparing for the possibility that war erupts in the days ahead.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. The U.S. military buildup in the region includes F-22 fighter jets based in Israel for the first time. The State Department still gathering information about the deadly incident off Cuba's coast yesterday. Cuban officials say the 4 people shot and killed and 6 wounded in a speedboat were armed Cubans living in the U.S. who had a terrorist plot to infiltrate the island. A mixed finish on Wall Street. The Dow up 17 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
Let me share Brian's story. He's in Alabama, and he wrote in, he said, Glenn, after taking Relief Factor for just 3 weeks, at least 90% of my pain is gone. My pain had started to limit me at work and at home, and I am amazed at the relief that I have gotten. Those are Brian's own words, and they speak volumes about what Relief Factor can do. And I've seen that kind of transformation in myself, and hearing Brian's experience reinforces why I take endorsing Relief Factor so seriously. Before I started taking Relief Factor myself, I was losing hope that I could ever have a normal life again. My hands were in so much pain. It's created by doctors, 100% drug-free product using 4 key ingredients. It supports the body's natural inflammatory response. Hundreds of thousands of people have ordered Relief Factor, and like Brian and me, over 2/3 of these people go on to order more month after month. So don't wait. If you're dealing with pain, launch your 3-week quick start and see what Relief Factor can do for you. Call 800-4RELIEF or go to relieffactor.com. Don't wait anymore. Feel what it's like to be out of pain. 1-800-4-RELIEF.
Look out. It's 4:03 and it's Thursday. But Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, welcome aboard Neal Boortz at a rather unusual and well-anticipated and appreciated early day on the radio. Neal Boortz, how you doing, man? What's going on?
Hey, we used to do Thursday all the time.
Okay.
Don't you remember? We started this bit out on Thursday.
Well, I don't remember much. That's correct. But I think you're absolutely correct. And I'm not. And again, the issue is still the same. Anytime you want to join us, for as long as you want to join us, you're in. So there you go.
You know, actually, you're helping me out because Don and I are going tomorrow night to see Nate Bargatze.
Oh, no kidding. Love that. But probably my favorite comedian. He and Bill Burr, guys like that. He's as funny as they get. And it all seems so natural. I mean, that's what I really admire about him.
I know. You know? How does he do that? It's like you're just having a conversation.
I don't think he writes. I'll bet he doesn't have notes. I mean, he probably has to, just from stage getting on, and nervous and stuff like that. But it's not like he has to do a bit. He doesn't write down routines or something. He's just naturally a very funny guy.
Well, I'd like for you. I appreciate you pointing out just the last couple of minutes the world's most dumbass athlete, present and past.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
Dave Justice.
Oh, what? In fact, as I recall, and Pete, you'll have to check me on this. In fact, the name's not going to fade. The former Braves third baseman who was 19 years old, the star, the slugger.
Chipper?
No. Before, 20 years ago, before he trained David Justice, famous Braves third baseman.
Terry Pendleton.
20 years old. Oh, my God, no. Well,
Bob Horner. Chipper Jones,
yeah, Bob Horner. Bob Horner.
Bob Horner, yeah.
Bob Horner. As I recall, Bob Horner, in either an autobiography or an interview or something or other, said they were being interviewed about batting styles and how youngsters coming up can make the big leagues and they learn how to hit a curve, stuff like that. And Bob Horner said, well, they used to use me a lot when I retired and as I was getting older, and he said, to try to train the young kids, and he said there was only one guy in all his years that he tried to work with youngsters coming up into the majors and got to the major leagues, said there was only one guy who told him to leave him alone. He didn't want any help. He could do everything on his own, and that was David Justice. So,
and that was 40 years ago, not 20 years ago, Bob Horner.
Well, then it wasn't. Who's the other guy? It wasn't Bob Horner. Who was the other guy? Oh, I can't think of it. And we'll figure it out.
You know, they all had nicknames for each other. I mean, going back to the Flames, there was Leon Roquefort, who played for the Atlanta Flames. You know what his nickname was with the team?
No, I don't.
Cheesy.
Cheesy. Well, Roquefort, of course.
Okay.
Boom, Joffriano. Boom, Detroit.
Boomer. Yeah. And then there, of course, was Chipper Jones with the Braves. What was his nickname?
I should know this. Pete knows.
Chipper.
No, besides there was another one.
What was his nickname to the team?
I've heard this and I forgot. I don't remember.
Larry.
Oh, that's right, Larry from the Mets. Larry, remember they cut things out Larry
because that was his real name.
His real name is Larry. Yeah, that's
right. So listen, I'm still recovering from yesterday. Do you know what that?
Yeah, I know.
Biatch I'm married to did to me yesterday?
No, I wasn't even there that weekend.
We went to a restaurant mid-afternoon for some reason. Mid-afternoon, went to a restaurant and I was so tired. I don't know why. Maybe I'm getting narcolepsy. It could be.
Well,
but anyway, I went to sleep at the table and Donna left.
Oh goodness. That had to be a surprise.
Oh, boy.
Just walked out.
All of a sudden, thank God my face wasn't in the queso blanco.
Wow.
But I went to sleep. I woke up and Donna was gone and everybody was staring at me.
Were you sitting there with your head in your chest? Or how
pretty much, yes.
Wow. Oh, that's kind of... Now, I've had a lot of women walk out on me at a restaurant, but it's not usually because I fell asleep.
You went to sleep, but not in a restaurant.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, mercy.
You remember the old joke, the guy's talking to his wife, and... oh, gosh, I'm going to forget how this goes. She says, have you ever slept with a guy before me? And she, not once, never. What do you mean, never? She said... With all the other guys, I stayed awake all night long.
Hey.
Hey, that's terrible. Okay. I wake up every morning. I grab the iPad and look at Fox News at night, whatever.
Yeah.
I am tired of waiting for Trump to blast the crud out of Iran.
Yeah, Iran and Cuba, but Iran I say we take both of them, and I think it's happening. It's going to happen. Every source out there is saying Iran's government is ready to collapse. It won't take much, and they can't fight back. They don't have the power, and the chances are that nobody else is going to stop us from regime change, and so I think it's going to happen.
Well, and look, what is Iran? Death to America. That's all they have to do is start chanting death to America. That gives us any excuse we need to go in there and turn that damn place into a sheet of glass.
Well, I saw a line yesterday in some of the copy I was reading, and it said that Donald Trump, or somebody said in the White House, in the administration, that Iran has been developing missile power that will reach the United States. And that's all you have to say.
With the help of Russia.
Yeah.
Russia is selling them the technology and some of the equipment to develop hypersonic and supersonic missiles that'll hit any American interest in Europe and perhaps soon reach the United. They need and listen, none of this BS about not targeting the leader.
Well, of course you target the leader. What are you talking about? Kill all the bad guys.
In World War II, do you think we can't bomb that place? That's where Hitler is.
Yeah, well.
No, we don't want to take out. The hell we don't.
Well, the world's not the same about doing things the right way. I mean, Vietnam was the first time we didn't just go for the kill. I mean, Korea was a mess, but that was a whole different thing. But we ended
Vietnam,
that a long time ago.
You know, because you were there. We're sacrificing American lives in Vietnam for a war we did not want to win.
And the way we do it, we couldn't win. The way we were there, there's no way we could have won it.
So, okay, now is it okay if I say something about Dana Perino and Sean Hannity and Fox News?
Absolutely, whatever you want. Absolutely.
Okay.
Are they a thing now, or
no, they're not. And of course, I've known Sean for good grief, 30, 40 years, and I was very happy to have dinner, not just me and her, but dinner, a group of people, including Dana Perino, and she's just delightful. I go on the Fox News app.
Yeah.
And frankly, that's what I rely on for my first taste of news every day. And there's this story. This is what's really aggravating me, Kimmer, about the internet. This needs to be stopped somehow. Somebody needs to be punished. Is this the end for Dana Perino?
I was good. Neal, I have the app, the same thing. And when I look at, all of a sudden, there's scandals. That girl with the glasses on the 5 is all of a sudden fighting with Jesse Waters, or almost every day there's some kind of soap opera thing going on, and when you try to click it open, it kind of teases you to go onto some podcast or something. What the hell are they doing all of a sudden?
Is this the end for Dana? And what is it? Sean Hannity is apparently, according to this story, which appeared on the Fox News internet page.
Yeah.
Sean Hannity is upset with Dana Perino because she is promoting a line of supplements that Sean Hannity does not approve of or incompetent. It's all just a complete, absolute, bold-faced lie. But these people advertising this crap get away with it, and they get away with it on the Fox News.
But who's doing it?
app.
I don't understand where this comes from. Literally every single day, I get exactly this thing, because that's the first thing I check is Fox News and the New York Post. I have a whole list of things from 5:30 in the morning. The New York Post. I hate their website because it recycles every 12 seconds, and you read the story, and then zoink, it goes back to the beginning again. So anyway, but I love their source, the New York Post. Again, a good example of why the Atlanta Journal-Constipation could not be a success in a major freaking market, because they're so woke and ridiculous. Hell, the New York Post is doing all right, I guess.
Well, thanks for bringing them up.
Yeah, I know.
I am trying to cancel my subscription to the AJC. I just don't want it anymore. I don't get any value of it.
Yeah, I killed it.
And it is now the nation's largest black newspaper.
Yeah, has been for years. Yeah,
but boy, try to cancel your subscription.
Yeah.
Oh, we're sorry. We don't have any record of you subscribing. Yeah,
really?
You don't? Yeah, well, what are all these charges on my credit card then?
Oh, man. Well, that figures.
I'm really sorry that Atlanta doesn't have a decent newspaper.
I came here in 72, and we had 2 major newspapers.
Yeah. Well, they asked me, why are you upset? Why are you dissatisfied? And I said, first of all, it's now a black newspaper. Sorry, I'm white. Second of all, I came up with some other. And then I said, third, Mike Lukovich.
Yeah. Mike Herdemekovich. Yeah.
He's a good guy.
I have no idea.
He really is. He's a good guy. He's a good guy, but his mind, his head is full of yak squeeze.
Yeah. Yeah.
But personally, I mean, if you're out having an adult beverage with Mike Lukovich, you'll enjoy it. He's a good guy, but good God, what?
Yeah. Well, he's hurting America.
What sort of worm
he's a danger.
creeped into his brain?
Yeah, he's a danger to the culture of America. I believe. I think he's hurtful and vicious and nasty and is hurting the American culture, and people are trying to just have a nice happy life.
Who's your favorite Democrat right now?
Lurch. The Pennsylvania former
John Fetterman.
John Fetterman, yeah, absolutely.
Lurch. You call him Lurch.
Absolutely. I swear. Remember back at the beginning when the guy was, clearly not, able to represent anything, let alone the state as a United States senator. Man had a stroke, the poor bastard. But again, he was also the guy who got in his pickup truck with his gun and chased down a black guy running through the neighborhood. Okay? So, so Lurch had a little bit of a history on, about being kind of a freaking weird guy. So
okay, I'm just trying to get over you calling him Lurch. I think that's
so. But again, I respect I've said, I'll stop doing that because I respect this guy. He should be a Republican or at least an independent. There's no way he should be in the Democrat Party, and they're trying to kill him every day anyway. They're going to try to assassinate him next, I'll bet you.
Oh, come on, Kimmer.
I don't believe these people can't be trusted. We just talked about the girl, what's her name, Robin Fartface from Illinois, who made fun of you get a medal, you get a medal, you get a medal.
Robin Fartface. Yeah. I know immediately who you're talking about.
Representative Illinois Democrat Representative Robin Blubberpuss, who was running for Senate, and she was on the podcast saying, Donald Trump, it was a joke. It's an award ceremony. You get a medal, you get a medal. Mocking the United States Medal of Honor ceremony recipients. These freaking people.
It wasn't a good night Tuesday night for the Democrats. That wasn't a good night.
Yeah, and did you see the opposition when they had their little rally dressed up like tortoises or animals or what the hell was it? Monkeys or something? God.
I think they were in pig costumes.
Oh, yeah. Man. And then they had that one tranny screaming and yelling at the... Oh, my Lord. If they don't use that video and the video of the Democrats sitting on their hands in Congress for the hockey team for every single commercial by a Republican coming up this fall, they're crazy.
Okay, I have to interject this.
Yes.
The Democrats did not sit on their hand. They stood and applauded the hockey.
Not all.
Team.
There were a lot who did not.
It was the media that would not acknowledge the hockey team.
Well, they would never do that anyway. I think, in fact, all those guys with a laptop. Remember when they were coming in, all those people sitting down with all their laptops open. Those were all media people. At the beginning of
they just kept this dumb expression.
Well, I can see that where they weren't. They were supposedly. In fact, actually, I can understand if they were just trying to stay out of it. But I think, now, well, let me put it this way. I think your voice, we're able to take it. Today, the media not rising to salute the hockey team is because they hate America and hate Donald Trump and hate us. 20, 30 years ago, the media would not have reacted because they were just there to do their job and stay out of the ceremony. But that's a whole different thing now. So.
I have heard this, the media hates America. I've heard that so many. And, I am coming to the point that I don't just poo-poo that. I believe that is actually the truth.
Well, they don't like, which I don't understand.
But I have now my Facebook page, Kimmer.
Yeah, I saw you announcing.
Well, yeah, I'm now friends only.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's just people that are on there as my friends are the only people that can get anything. That's the way I want it. Are they
getting too ugly, or what's the deal?
It's toxic as hell. Yeah. And I started getting threats against my family because people don't like my political viewpoint.
Well, you need to go get those people. That's my opinion.
I don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
But I love the videos. I especially love the German police. I wish we had some German police.
Saw that. In case they miss it, tell the little people about the video of the slug was the German police have finally had it up to here or something like that. And tell the story.
There's so many of them.
Tell the story. Tell the story.
Well, I don't know. I might not have the same as you, but if somebody, some demonstrate or what have you, gets in their face.
Yeah, they were protesters. And they were, ugly and, throwing stuff around. And women, particularly what I remember is a woman getting really aggressive. And finally the cops just started wailing on them.
I know. That's fine. And, and then you have the idiots that super glue their hand to the highway.
Yeah, I love
You know what they do? I've seen this.
Scrape it off, probably.
No. They just get a little jackhammer and they just remove a little section of the asphalt
and keep it stuck
and send them. And they just send them on their way with that roadway stuck to their hands. You worry about how you're going to get your that's police brutality. And I think one of my favorite there's this stupid looking little pink, blue, and green haired idiot with feathers and all that, and she's standing in front of a cop. and she's beating. She has a feather or something, and she's beating on his helmet with that feather.
Yeah.
And so he just pushes her hand away.
Yeah.
And as soon as and she collapses on the floor, screaming and yelling and wailing like
police
she's
brutality.
Yeah. And all of her fellow protesters kneel on the ground around her. No, it's okay. It's okay. I love it when they send them packing with that part of the highway super glued to their hands. Go home and figure out how to get this off.
Well, you know, my bottom line on this is I came to realization a little while ago, and I remember saying that what bothers me the most is that protests, you know, I'm an old fart, as we know, and protests in my...
We both are. Come on, Kimmer.
And my history, the protests that were the most violent or popular or widespread were about civil rights for black people and rights for women and to try to bring teenagers home from Vietnam. They were all issues that America, you know, had to come to grips with were serious. Civil rights for black people as well as everybody else. Absolutely a great cause. Martin Luther King, great cause. The same thing with, you know, they had them talking about ending the war for teenagers in the draft. We can understand about that. But it wasn't to stop federal police from arresting rapists and gangbangers. I mean, you know, these protests today are completely lopsided. They're not for a good cause. They're to save criminals.
They hate Donald Trump.
That's exactly all it is. TDS.
You know, some people ask me sometimes, you're not racist. And then,
oh, please.
I remember I grew up on military bases, and you have a military background as well. But, you know, I lived Cherry Point Marine Corps Air Station, El Toro Marine Corps Air Station, Oceana, all of these places. I grew up and went to school in the military. Yeah. And our neighbors, I mean, it was always a very, very integrated neighborhood.
Yeah, right. Military, absolutely.
In Southern California, at El Toro, living in a place called Wherry Park. You know, somebody out there right now is saying, Wherry Park. My God, I remember Wherry Park. I
haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah. But anyway, our next door neighbor was a black Marine captain and his family, and the kids played together. Finally, the first time I remember not living anywhere near a military base was when my dad went to Pensacola, Pensacola Naval Air Station, to be on the Sinatra staff, the chief of Naval Air Training. And so we moved out, we moved miles away from the station into Pensacola, and initially lived on Pensacola Beach. And so I'm there with a new friend of mine. His name is Gene. I'm not going to tell you his last name. Hell, he may be food for worms by now, as far as I know. Right. But we're on the beach, and we're playing and looking at the girls and all this. And all of a sudden, I notice there's a disturbance down the beach in front of what they called it a casino, but it wasn't a casino, on Pensacola. I said, what's going on down there, Gene? What's that all about? And he looked at me and said, oh, some black people are trying to get on the beach. And, you know, prior to this, I had been a lifeguard at Laguna Beach in Southern California. And I looked at him and said, what? He said, he may have said colored people. He may have said Negroes. I don't know. They're trying to get on the beach. I said, so the hell what? Oh, well, they're not supposed to be on our beach. Oh, my God.
Oh, Lord.
You know, what? This is my first introduction. First introduction to that attitude.
Wow.
And, you know, and now, because on Facebook especially, I got into a habit where I was posting the mugshots of every black thug I could find, and all of a sudden that made me a racist.
Yeah, well.
I just said, you know, screw this. I don't need this. I'm going to spend this time being kind to my wife and not reposting all these. Kimmer, do you ever just really get bent out of shape or upset at the degree to which 4.5% of our population, that would be the young black males, are responsible for so damn much of the violence and crime that goes on in this country.
Well, and the other, the last statistic I heard, which may be one of the reasons why this is one of the things that leads to the end result, is that 70 or something percent of the babies born to black women do not have a father in the house. Something
that's
like that.
true.
And so, what do you expect if who's raising the kids with no dad presence? And stuff?
Who do we thank for that?
Well, the whitey, obviously, it's a white guy's fault.
Democrats.
Yeah, well, keep on the plantations. Really? Well, the Johnsons are Great New Deal and whatever it was.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, if you were a black woman with a baby and you wanted some welfare money because, there better not be a man living in your house, they would come and inspect your living quarters to see if you still qualified for food stamps or welfare benefits. And some of these women were so anxious, they were eager to keep the fathers around. They would throw their clothes, the man's clothes, into the corner of the closet and cover it with their own, so there wouldn't be evident there was a man. And then these welfare people go, oh, there's a man's shoes right there. There's a man's overcoat. These are men's work clothes. Yeah. You're not going to get your checks anymore. And so they kicked the men out of the homes, and now we're paying for it.
Well,
Thank you, Democrats.
Well, the Democrats scare me all to pieces in this election coming up and everything else, too. And Jasmine Crockett apparently is making it on, although I heard them talk today that apparently Republicans are voting in the primaries for Jasmine Crockett so that she'll be the candidate for the Democrats in Texas. So that's a great idea.
It's not the Democrats, especially in Georgia, haven't done that for decades.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's an actual thing. It's been done before. And so we'll see.
God, is Jasmine, that same
she's a hood
parasite.
rat, freaking chicken head. Hood rat. Jesus, what a skank.
Jeez.
No, seriously, man, she's a disgrace. This woman is a lawyer. This woman is, anyway, she's a disgrace. She spent her entire career being on social media and getting clicks to be a social media star. That's her entire goal, and so far it's working. She's got nine different accents. She's worse than Carmela Sidepiece. I mean, she can be a hood rat and then she can talk legitimately, but she's a fake. She's an empty shirt. Do whatever she takes to get on TikTok and social media so she can get elected again.
Okay, now let me ask you.
Disgrace.
What's this? This is February, March, April. I'm about 5 weeks from being 81 years old.
Well, excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And you know what? That tickles the hell out of me. Kimmer, because I love this country. I have always loved this country. And I see where we are going. I see what is happening to us. I see the Democrat Party becoming decidedly anti-American.
Well, it's not the same party.
And I see all of this happening, and I think, you know what? I don't know that I really want to be here. I know, because I've studied history, that the average lifespan of a constitutional republic like America is about 230 to 40 years.
Yeah, that's exactly correct. Yeah.
And I know that the United States has now exceeded that lifespan for 15 or 20 years. I don't know if I really want to be around and see the end come, because it is on its way.
Well, now, you're not going to Canada to do that euthanasia thing or anything, are you?
Hell no.
All right, just say it. Sound a little kind of down there, Neil. I'll be 80 in a few weeks. I know what you're talking about.
I am awfully close to the Everglades.
Well,
in fact, that Everglades fire that's going on right now, I can see it outside my window.
Oh, really? Yeah. I don't know what that's going on.
About 24,000 acres on fire.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, a lightning strike, I'm guessing?
I think it's some python was smoking or something like that.
Wow.
Lightning, we haven't had a thunderstorm down here in a while.
Well, how in the world this time of year would there be thousands and thousands of acres on fire in the Everglades? What would have caused it? Somebody campfire?
I'll tell you one way it happens is drug-addicted cigarette smokers throw their butts out the window of the car.
Really? Well, yeah, I can see that.
It'll land on the side of the road. Sometimes you can see the burn spot where the fire started and starts creeping off. Yeah.
I believe that.
And then these pythons, hell. They'll pick up
I do not like snakes. I'm sorry. I used to play with them as a little garter snakes as a little boy. Not anymore.
But leave the black snakes alone.
Oh, no, the rat snakes are good snakes. The long, skinny black ones.
I said, they kill venomous snakes.
They eat the bad snakes.
The
Yes,
black
they do.
snakes.
Please.
Black snakes are good snakes.
I used to go ride over them on my horse. We'd run right over them and down in Florida because they were everywhere. They were fine. We keep.
You know the difference between a dead snake and a dead lawyer in the road?
The skid marks.
Skid marks in front of the snake.
Yeah. Neal Boortz, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, hi to the missus. Talk to you. Have a great trip. Be careful out there. Rubber side down. 4:30. Thanks, Neal. Neal Boortz, give a repeat and flat. Look out.
Hi, it's Lowe's, here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, you are changing the way people are buying their next pre-owned car or truck. How are you doing it?
We found a better way for customers to buy a car, an honest way, a very transparent way. You pay what we pay plus our honest fee. We even prove it to you by giving you a copy of the bill of sale at the end of the deal. The honest car guy, you'll save an average of $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the price of the car.
Folks, if you want to save thousands on your next pre-owned car or truck, call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or honestcarguy.com.
Hello.
Hey, is this Mike Fitzgerald?
No, I think you have the wrong number. Wish I could help you.
Well, you could if you were Mike Fitzgerald.
Who is Mike Fitzgerald?
Mike Fitzgerald is the only realtor I'll talk to because he can sell my house fast for a great price and even in this market.
Yeah, I'm definitely not Mike Fitzgerald.
Oh, I figured that out because Mike Fitzgerald would have sold my house already.
Need to sell your home? You need Mike Fitzgerald from the Harry Norman Realtors team. Exclusive Georgia members of Forbes Global Properties. Learn more at MikeFitzgeraldRealty.com. That's where you'll find Mike Fitzgerald.
Attention, extra listeners. Tax season is here. Do you have a retirement tax strategy in place? Because tax planning for retirement is not just about reporting your taxes, it's about planning them. We work with you to create an efficient tax plan to take you through the next stage of life, the next 10 years, 20, 30, and beyond. We'll help keep the golden years golden. Our fiduciary team provides personalized guidance to keep your financial future secure. Don't wait. Plan now for peace of mind. Schedule your complimentary consultation today at masterplanretire.com. Masterplan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
The Georgia Swarm are on a hot streak. 5 straight wins. Come out and see the world-class professional lacrosse on Native Heritage Night. Saturday, February 28th at Gas South Arena, presented by Harris Cherokee Casino and EBCI. Experience the culture, the tradition, and the pride behind the sport that started it all. Right here with your Georgia Swarm, the South's home to professional lacrosse. Get your tickets today for Saturday's game, February 28th, 7:30 p.m., georgiaswarm.com.
If you've been waiting for the right time to upgrade your home's comfort, this is it. Central Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to announce the 29th annual Winter White Sale, and it's our lowest pricing of 2026. For a limited time, everything is on sale. Heating and cooling systems and complete home performance solutions with rebates and discounts up to $2,300. Are you dealing with hot or cold spots in your home? Energy bills that just keep climbing? Or unhealthy indoor air affecting your family's comfort? Central has the solution. As your trusted carrier partner, they install industry-leading carrier systems backed by strong warranties and peace of mind that comes with proven performance and efficiency. With 79 years experience, Central Heating and Air Conditioning knows how to design comfort solutions that work, not just today, but for years to come. This is your chance to save big during Central's 29th annual Winter White Sale, but it won't last long. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Thousands of veterans across Georgia are missing out on the benefits they've earned through their service. The Warrior Alliance is changing that by connecting veterans and their families to life-changing resources and support. Tune into the Warrior Alliance Network, our podcast and radio show dedicated to helping veterans succeed after service. Join us every Saturday at 11 a.m. on 106.3 to hear inspiring veteran stories, discover free programs, and learn about career opportunities available to you. Subscribe to the Warrior Alliance YouTube channel today.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. The big question for many of our listeners as they approach retirement is, will I be okay in retirement? Sean, how do you help someone figure out if they've saved enough to be comfortable?
Great question. There's a lot of different aspects to this, but the biggest thing is looking at risk. Look, there's a lot of different risks to your money, like market risk. There's healthcare costs, inflation, and taxes. All those need to be accounted for. Many people worry if they've saved enough. Am I going to outlive my money? Strategies to help preserve your wealth can be more important than the dollar amount that you saved. Get an analysis of your situation to help you get that clarity that you need.
Tell us about the offer you have for listeners.
If you're worried about if you'll be okay for retirement, you probably don't have a plan. You might not even know what I mean when I'm talking about, do you have a retirement plan? Well, we have a great resource for you guys. We have what's called the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit, and you can get that by calling or texting WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped me put this thing together just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement. It has chapters from everything from investments to Social Security, income planning, and has other guides that go along with it as well, with some checklists in regards to all those different strategies and topics as well. So if you want to get that information in your hands today, call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer. Get your Retire Happy Framework today. Like Sean said, just text WISE to 770-802-2200. The team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor.
Oh, now are we still... All right.
Welcome to the Kimmer Show halftime update.
The time.
Let's check in with Pete and the scoreboard. Stories prepared versus stories actually covered.
During the day...
Of the 10 stories.
It was easy this morning.
10 stories you have done.
Well, I did like 9.
7.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was moving right along there.
I demand a recount.
I almost don't know what to say.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, 7.
Well, I'll be damned. Well, that's highly unusual. You don't make me say. Kimmer, Pete, and the Flounder here on the old 106.3. Hold on, we got a phone call taking priority. It's Rick the Painter. I wasn't trying to usurp your job earlier. I made a little joke in there, Rick, and I got accused of trying to steal your thing there.
But no, Kimmer, I heard Pete.
I'm sorry.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna call you then, of course. But hey, so the operations manager on his first day on the job, the boss told him, he says, "You're gonna have to help cut the money losses. Our profit margin is shrinking." And anyway, he says you may have to lay off an employee or whatever you got to do. But the guy, his first day on the job, he was looking through the office window into the warehouse, and he told the boss, he said, "I'll be right back. I think I see something I can take care of right now."
Yeah.
He goes out to the warehouse. He sees this guy standing around.
Yeah.
And he said, "How much do you make a week?" And he said, $400.
Yeah.
He said, "I'll be right back." He goes to the office, and he comes right back, and he hands the guy. He says, "Here's $1,600 as a month's pay. You're no longer needed here. You may leave now."
Oh.
And he looks around, he looks at all the guys. He says, "Now, before I go and tell the boss what I just did, any knuckleheads want to tell me what his job duties were?"
Yeah.
The guy said, "Yeah, he was the pizza delivery guy from Domino's."
Pizza delivery guy from Domino's. I got $400, and he thought because he was working, but it actually was a pizza tip for the $400 for the guy. It wasn't working at all. He should have asked him, before if there was.
Kimmer, I once got arrested. I shouldn't admit this, but I once got arrested for stealing kitchen utensils.
Stealing kitchen utensils? Why? What?
Yeah. Well, it was a risk I was willing to take.
Hey, ha! There you are. I like my It's 4:39 here at Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. We do have a birthday list, and now I can read my stupid writing. I wrote this longhand. Jonathan Kane, 76 years old, keyboard for Journey, keyboard for Journey. Jonathan Cain, keyboard to play for Journey, 76 years old. And, of course, Journey is the group with who's that lead singer for Journey? I took my kids to go take a stone off his driveway.
Does it matter?
Well, it might matter.
The songs all suck, so why does it matter?
No, the one about Faithfully, I'm on the road. Steve Perry. And I took my kids to get a rock off of his driveway in San Francisco. Anyway. All right, sir.
Brush with fame.
I could write a book. And by the way, if I hear the guys before us talk about their book, no, sorry. One more time, I swear to God.
Talking about your books that you sell, like the one I have at the Copper Fox bookstore in Blue Ridge, Georgia.
Yes.
You shouldn't talk about things like that, promote your own
well, it's not really right. Well, my book, Shut Up and Leave Me Alone, is going to come out for the Swollen Possum up there in Canton. They're going to have a special...
Swollen Possum in Canton.
In Canton is coming up.
As opposed to the Copper Fox bookstore in Blue Ridge, Georgia.
Confuse the two there, because that would be
And when you go there, make sure you tell them who sent you.
Pete Davis. That's right. There you are. Well, I'll be darned. All right, 440. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? 404-741-1230, 741-123, and also 0. And let's see. We got story stuff. We got things. Oh, by the way, I did a good deed today. Actually, a person did a good deed, and I did a good deed right back. I was coming up on the way to work, and the road in Roswell splits as you get to the traffic light. And if you go straight, you go through the traffic light straight, and there's a left-hand turn lane. But the left-hand turn lane was backed up pretty far, so when I got to where I wanted to go straight, I couldn't make it between the guy in front of me who wanted to get in the left turn lane. And so I just waited. I didn't do it. I just waited behind him. But he could see that I was that I was not turning left. And so he moved up to as far as he could, right up behind him, so that I could get by him and go straight. And I thought, what a nice thing to do. I mean, he took it upon himself to see me behind him and did the right thing. And so I did like a triple thank you wave and made sure he understood and stuff that. And I encourage that, because people are very freaking rude. And those high beams, I swear to God, last night again. And by the way, it was another truck coming at me, another freaking pickup truck with big metal things, and he had the high beams on, and they just don't care.
I had one last night. This is a pickup truck. It had 3 lights on both sides on top of each other.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I swerved at him.
They had him.
I was like, screw you, buddy.
Yeah. My friend Tracy on Facebook, she posted a picture of a guy in front of her coming at her at a stoplight. He must have had 9 headlights on this truck.
Headlights all over the front of the damn. How is that legal?
And by the way, those cars that have the solid white blinding line of lights above the headlights and stuff, that's got to be illegal. It's distracting.
But they're worried about,
No, they're trying to be fancy. They're trying to say, well, we got a new thing to da-da-da. There's headlights. Just make 2 headlights. My God, you don't need anything except just things that show the light. My God.
You know what we need?
Yeah.
We need a game. Let's play a game.
Let's have a game. Flounder down on the Johnny Olson. Who's the next contestant on Holy Crap? Pete Davis has a game right here with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. What do you got there?
First of all, I'm just going to ask a question here. It's more for you, Kimmer.
Yeah.
How old was LBJ when he died of heart attack?
How old was LBJ heart attack? I think he was young, like 69 or something.
He was 64. The man looked like he was 80.
Yeah, he did look like he was 80. Hard life.
I didn't know he was 64.
No,
He's the same age I am when he croaked of a heart attack.
Yeah, that's horrible.
I don't look a thing like Lyndon Johnson.
No, I don't
It's unbelievable. So. But when he died, it was after a Walter Cronkite interview, by the way, that he died of the heart attack. They found him. Name me, starting with you, Flounder.
Yeah.
Name me one item they found in his pockets. President Lyndon Baines Johnson. One item found in his pockets.
Silver dollar?
No silver dollar. No silver dollar.
All right.
Kimmer?
I will say, a wallet.
No, they did not find a wallet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
a quarter?
No quarter.
A gun?
No gun.
Damn.
No gun.
Any money?
No money whatsoever.
A handkerchief?
No.
Well, I'm running out of stuff you can put in your pocket.
Lucky rabbit's foot?
No rabbit's foot.
I was going to say a ham sandwich, but that's silly. How about, God, how about, I don't know what to do.
You give up?
I give up.
Flounder? You want to take
what about any dice?
No dice.
He was a paper clip. I mean, it sounds like Monty Hall. At the end of it, you got truth or whatever the show he did.
You both lose. He had a pair of clip-on sunglasses.
Wow. Okay.
He had a comb with some teeth missing from the comb.
Yeah, like we all do.
He had a Vicks Vapor Rub sniffer. You want to shove up your nose and sniff.
Yeah.
Yeah. They work though.
Yeah, they do.
He had some lipstick balm.
Oh my.
He had one little thing of Wrigley's Double Mint Juicy Fruit Gum, one strip of that. Yeah. He had 3 toothpicks. He had 2 cigarillo cigars, the ones with the plastic tip on the end of it.
Cigarillos.
And the funniest thing, he had an opened and half-smoked package of Winston menthols.
No, Winston had menthol? I didn't know Winston had. I've forgotten
menthols.
that.
Yeah.
Well, the big menthol kick after it was Salem and then Newport, and there were a whole bunch of them.
I didn't know he was black. He was our first black president. Lyndon B. Johnson smoking menthol.
Well, in the Marines with our sea rations, we used to trade. The brothers all got the Salems and the Cools.
Yeah.
And then we get the Marlboros and the Luckies. We trade all the black guys. Oh, my. Well, that's pretty weird.
Yeah.
I'll be damned. And 64 years old. Well,
64? I thought he was 80.
Well... you're looking at 80 in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, you don't look a thing like he did.
Yeah, he definitely rode hard, man. 4:05 already. Holy cow. Holy crap, sports is coming
that
up.
audio of him on the phone? We'll put it between my bunghole. And,
yeah, God.
Shannon used to play it.
Yeah, I got to
ask Shannon about it.
Shannon Burke at 5 o'clock coming up. We'll ask him about that very thing. All right, and maybe we'll find it. If you can find it, if it's still around. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Here we go. Look out.
Miss any of the show? No sweat. Grab your Extra 106.3 app and listen to show replays whenever you want. Download the Extra app now for Apple and Android by searching for XTRA 106.3.
Matt, where does confidence actually come from?
Well, Brooke, most people think it's about faking it or achieving more. But real confidence starts with something simpler, self-awareness.
So how do you know if you're self-aware? And more importantly, how do you increase it?
That's where our image process comes in at howpeopleseeyou.com.
Is that the same process made famous by casting director Sam Christensen from MASH?
Yeah, and today it's helping corporate professionals show up with clarity and authenticity, because confidence starts when who you are matches how you're seen. Learn more at howpeopleseeyou.com and sign up for a free preview event. That's howpeopleseeyou.com.
Retirement should feel exciting, not stressful. But if you're close to retirement or already there, have you ever stopped to ask, do I really understand the risks to my plan? Hi, I'm David Nicholas, president of Nicholas Wealth Management. Things like market swings, higher taxes, inflation, healthcare costs, even living longer than expected can slowly chip away at your savings if you're not prepared. And even solid plans can have blind spots. That's why we offer a retirement risk analysis. It looks at how your investments, income, and taxes could hold up in real life situations, not just on paper. It helps answer the big questions. What happens if the market drops? And will your money last as long as you do? If you're within 10 years of retirement or already retired, give us a call, 678-990-8500, or visit nicholaswealth.com to schedule a complimentary retirement risk analysis. Nicholas Wealth Management, helping you retire with clarity, confidence, and control.
Nicholas Wealth Management is an independent financial services firm. This is for informational purposes only and is not specific investment advice.
The Georgia Swarm are on a hot streak. 5 straight wins. Come out and see the world-class professional lacrosse on Native Heritage Night, Saturday, February 28th at Gas South Arena, presented by Harrah's Cherokee Casino and EBCI. Experience the culture, the tradition, and the pride behind the sport that started it all. Right here with your Georgia Swarm, the South's home to professional lacrosse. Get your tickets today for Saturday's game, February 28th, 7:30 p.m., georgiaswarm.com.
Here we go. Revolution 1. A 10-minute version of the Beatles' Revolution 1 on this day in 2009 leaked onto the internet. It gave fans a never-before-heard listen of what the White Album sessions must have been like. 2009. Only 2 copies of the take were made when the song was completed in June of 68. One copy left the studio with Lennon that day, and the other remained behind. It was unclear which copy appeared on the bootleg, or was never determined if anybody actually acquired it. But it was leaked on the internet, 10-minute version, 2009. That had to be a time, man. Wow. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Neal Boortz, who was on at 4, and we have Shannon Burke joining us at 5 o'clock.
2009? Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, when it was, 2009, when that 10-minute version was leaked.
No, you said that must have been some time ago. We all remember 2009.
No, I meant 68, silly. I kind of missed 68, sorry.
I kind of missed,
whatever.
Yeah, I do.
No, it's all good. Our birthdays include Marta Kristen. Marta Kristen is 81. Marta Kristen played the oldest child in Lost in Space. Kind of a pretty blonde, as I recall. Played like a 20-year-old something. Lost in Space. Marta Kristen, 81 years old. And on this,
Marta.
there you go. And on this day in history, let's see. Well, I don't want to do Trayvon. Let's do this one here. On this day in 1945, an ammunition dump on the Philippine island of Corregidor is blown up by a remnant of the Japanese garrison, causing more American casualties on the eve of the victory there. General Wayne Wright, the commander of U.S. Armed Forces in the Philippines, managed to sink a whole bunch of Japanese barges approaching the shores of the island, but he couldn't hold off, and he offered to surrender Corregidor to the Japanese general, but the general wanted a complete unconditional capitulation of all American forces all through the Philippines. Wayne Wright, the American general, had little choice given the odds against him, the poor physical condition of his troops. He had lost 800 men, and he surrendered at midnight. More than 11,000 Allied troops evacuated to a prison in Manila. They returned to the Philippines in October of 44, recaptured Leyte, the Philippines' central island. 55,000 Japanese soldiers were killed. Another 25,000 mopped up pockets of resistance. The U.S. lost 3,500. Douglas MacArthur in the struggle for Luzon, the race from Manila. 1 week, the Allied airborne troops parachuted onto Corregidor, take out the Japanese garrison. It was closer to 5,000 men, fierce fighting. Decimos soldiers with Japanese soldiers were burned with flamethrowers. Americans would not accept most of them surrendering. They had the Japanese, most of them were killed in the explosion when they blew up the ammo dump, and those were that were forced out into the open were decimated by the American troops, and we had it with you people. Just kill them all. Anyway, Cameron, Pete, and Flounder, 452. We were talking about the state of education in America. Neal Boortz was talking about various places he's gone to work where they're not particularly patriotic in their teachings. And here's another example of what's going on in America's universities and colleges. A Columbia University professor named, see his name here, Anthony Zenkus, has posted a little joke about the snowball fight that injured the cops with ice balls and rocks being thrown at their faces and so forth. And this professor, Anthony Zenkus, posted this. Breaking, one of the NYPD officers hit with a snowball in the melee in New York City yesterday has succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced dead at 1 o'clock this afternoon. The snowman that he built with his 2 children, now fatherless, still stands on the lawn of his Levittown, Long Island home. Please pray for his family. Yeah, so people are saying, oh, wait a minute here. You're making a joke about a cop being killed when with his children now fatherless and snowball stuff. I mean, this is... Of course, Mayor Mondami in New York downplayed the whole thing, and he got caught because they arrested one guy. They arrested several guys, but they arrested the ringleader, apparently, is like 25 years old and a known robber. He's already been arrested for, armed robbery and stuff. Hardly a kid's in a snowball fight like Mayor Comedy tried to pretend. The other kid's finally been arrested. These were adults, attacking the police officers. And by the way, there's one more thing on this. This is a professor at Columbia. On the anniversary of on the 9/11 anniversary in 2021, the 20th anniversary, he posted this. Well, America, the American people act like we're the only country in the world where people die because of an attack. Meanwhile, in the last 100 years, we've killed millions. That's the state of your
most of them deserved it, I would say.
Yeah.
By the way, how close do you live to North Point Mall?
Mile, maybe.
New York Life has announced a partnership to redevelop the mall.
It's a monster of going on. They've already. Well, go ahead and I'll tell you what they've done.
A 100-acre sports-anchored entertainment district, an arena to bring NHL hockey back, hotels, retail, public transit, that's MAUDA, residential units.
They've already done it. One day, about last year or so, all of a sudden, all the trees were gone. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Driving down whatever the hell the street, Haynes Bridge, and then turning off the end of Encore Park, whatever. All the trees were gone, and now that's all condos. There must be 5,000 condos in there when you turn the corner on West Side Parkway. I mean, it's unfreaking believable. Right near the post office, and now they've got everything else has been blocked off, going up the hill on Haynes Bridge, going toward the supermarket, Publix area. I mean, it's unbelievable. You won't be able to drive in there. You won't be able to get in and around that place. And that's where they also have, also with that same place, they have the amphitheater for concerts. I mean, it's going to be.
I'm torn. I want another team here, but I don't want it there. I don't want it anywhere near Alpharetta. I want it up by Forsyth.
It's a nightmare. In fact,
weren't they planning it up by Forsyth?
That's the last I heard.
There's bids.
Supposedly.
Yeah. But I even wrote a note today. The traffic lights and the traffic in Alpharetta, they need to go to AI to have all the traffic lights. I mean, it's a nightmare. You wait there for over and over.
There's no reason
my
computers
God.
should not be. There should be sensors in the road. I don't know why they don't do it.
We would save gasoline by the trillions of dollars and time. Can you imagine? A rush hour would be cut in half. If a traffic light signal computer knew, okay, there's nobody coming for 500 yards, you guys can go ahead and stop that guy, and now this guy go. I mean, we'd be like a traffic cop doing everything, only they would have it all, see everything. Right.
When I worked at the Capitol in 1989 for Tom Murphy, everybody knew the most powerful entity in the state was the DOT, the Georgia DOT. They basically, the rumor was you had to have kickbacks to them. You had to bring them satchels of money for them to think about doing anything in your district.
They get the federal project money.
People were afraid of them. Literally, the state senators and the state representatives were afraid of the DOT. They go in there with a hat on their hand. Please do something for my district.
Yeah, they get the money.
I wonder if they're just as corrupt now as they were back then.
Well, we had that.
We know they're incompetent.
We had that whole Georgia 400 thing, and now they're doing it again.
Look at Atlanta roads and how long it takes them just to fill a few potholes on 285 North. We know they're incompetent. Are they as corrupt as they used to be and as powerful?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to react. All I know is it's just going to be a mess. Oh, God. Oh, well, anyway. A little Flouter's funny here for you.
I love being married. I love being married because when you're married, you wake up ready. You roll out of bed ready with answers to challenging questions that women are working on through the night. Deep philosophical, hypothetical issues that no one has ever considered before. If you faked your own death and I found out about it, what would you say then? It's like being on a game show when you're married and you're always in the lightning round. It's not an easy game show. I feel like I should have a podium in my house that I could stand behind, has my name in a little oval at the front, a little hand button clicker. I'll take movies I think we saw together for 200.
I think we saw together.
The wife, of course, is always the returning champion from last week. I'll take details of a 10-minute conversation we had at 3 o'clock in the morning 8 years ago. And I'd like to bet everything I have on that, Alex. I'm going for the win right here. The husband, of course, never has a clue. I'm sorry, sir, you did not win the weekend sex package or the guilt-free televised sporting events. Thank you for playing. Are you even listening to me? And don't forget to take that big bag of garbage with you on your way out of the studio.
Mr. Jerry Seinfeld right
That's
there.
got to be early Jerry right there. He sounded like a kid.
No, that's later
he's
Jerry.
Married. He's married.
Well, he was married, 30 years ago.
He wasn't a kid. He wasn't married when he was young. He was damn near 40 for the time he married.
Well, my point was that sounds like him doing this act not recently. That's
probably within the last 5 years.
Well, then I stand corrected.
You're wrong.
I'm wrong, and I don't believe it. Well, once again, I thank God I have you two guys to every day.
Well, just last week, we played Jerry Seinfeld, who has one of the most iconic deliveries in comedy history.
Yes.
And you go, who's that?
See what I
I've
mean?
never heard that guy before.
Once again, proving my point that luckily I have both of you guys to make sure that I don't kind of get ahead of myself here, get the old ego going too bright. My name's on the show, but God forbid that I try to put a whole thing. Whoa, hey, easy there, mister. Okay, dokie. They don't call you the Stain for nothing, pal. It's coming up on 5 o'clock. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Well, Pete and Flounder, and then Kimmer's in there, so they'll do better. They let me know.
Coming up, Shannon Burke.
Shannon Burke. Thank God.
This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station. Locally owned and heard throughout Georgia on the Extra app.
The long reach of the Epstein files. Lisa Brady, Fox News. And some in Congress say it's not nearly over yet.
We should depose the person that is mentioned in the Epstein files almost more than any other person next to Ghislaine Maxwell, and that's Donald Trump.
The House Oversight Committee's ranking Democrat Robert Garcia after the panel heard from former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, who told them she knew nothing about Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell's crimes. Former President Bill Clinton gives a deposition tomorrow. But Democrats say focusing on the Clintons is a distraction, accusing the Justice Department of withholding files showing allegations against President Trump. Republicans suggesting an effort to reach the current president is why Democrats went along with a subpoena for the Clintons. The New York City mayor, Zohran Mamdani, makes an unannounced visit to the White House, posting an Oval Office photo and writing he looks forward to building more housing in New York City.
It is the second time Mamdani has met face-to-face with the president in what has become an unusual partnership between the Democratic Socialist mayor and Republican president. Mamdani says he also shared concerns about the detention of a Columbia University student by ICE and says President Trump informed him she would be released imminently.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. That student's detention prompted protests and an investigation at Columbia, which has now confirmed the student was released. A federal judge in Nashville hearing arguments about the criminal case against a man mistakenly deported to El Salvador last year.
Gilmar Abrego Garcia faces human smuggling charges stemming from a 2022 traffic stop in Tennessee. Charges not filed until after the Salvadoran national became a lightning rod for the Trump administration's immigration policies. Abrego Garcia's lawyers arguing the charges should be dropped on the grounds of selective or vindictive prosecution.
Fox's Jeff Benasso, a federal prosecutor, says the case is based on evidence. No decision yet from the judge. America is listening to Fox News.
Let me share Brian's story. He's in Alabama, and he wrote in, he said, Glenn, after taking Relief Factor for just 3 weeks, at least 90% of my pain is gone. My pain had started to limit me at work and at home, and I am amazed at the relief that I have gotten. Those are Brian's own words, and they speak volumes about what Relief Factor can do. And I've seen that kind of transformation in myself, and hearing Brian's experience reinforces why I take endorsing Relief Factor so seriously. Before I started taking Relief Factor myself, I was losing hope that I could ever have a normal life again. My hands were in so much pain. It's created by doctors, 100% drug-free product using 4 key ingredients. It supports the body's natural inflammatory response. Hundreds of thousands of people have ordered Relief Factor, and like Brian and me, over 2/3 of these people go on to order more month after month. So don't wait. If you're dealing with pain, launch your 3-week quick start and see what Relief Factor can do for you. Call 800-4RELIEF or go to relieffactor.com. Don't wait anymore. Feel what it's like to be out of pain. 1-800-4-RELIEF.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of leg, ready on your dog target. Hoo, hair, help, hair, hip, hair, hop, road guards out. Hoo, hair, help, hair. Look out. It's 5:03, and it's Thursday. And that means only one thing. It's incredible. It's Shannon Burke. It's Florida Radio. It's Man time with Shannon. I can hear his voice.
Odor alcohol.
I can
you
hear
got the odor of alcohol coming from you.
You got
drunk, super drunk.
Oh my God! The man is drunk. The man is drunk.
He's not drunk. He's super drunk.
Super drunk. I like it.
It's a whole new charge in Michigan. You can be drunk or super drunk.
All right, now hold on a second. I didn't know that. Is that true?
Yeah, like
charge in Michigan.
0.08 is you're drunk, and you go through the regular rigmarole.
Yeah.
But if you're over a 0.17, there's a whole new class of charges and punishment. He's called super drunk, and this judge was super drunk.
Yeah.
Well, he had a 0.24.
Oh, that's not. Oh my, 2.4. Holy crap! That's like 3 times that's unconscious. Wow.
Well, I almost had nightmares last night because after watching the State of the Union and getting a good look at Eric Slover, the Chief Warrant Officer 5, who got that was all shot up his leg, and the way he stood there, that guy could scare the enemy away.
Yeah,
I mean, what a stud of a man. It took 4 what do they call it, the armor piercing rounds to the leg and the hip, and and a month and a half later he's standing up there at the State of the Union. Just an amazing man.
Yeah. Well, when he got done, did you see they had to try to help him back into his wheelchair because he was standing on a walker when he was standing there, and God bless him. And you can tell, I mean, he must have been suffering like crazy. I guarantee you that's going to last painful. The rest of his life.
And he never took his eyes off of Trump. He stared at Trump. That's my commander-in-chief. I'm going to listen to every word he says.
Well, I will promise you this: if you are in a war zone and there are helicopter pilots, those guys are all heroes, and they're all freaking crazy. They're all freaking crazy, and I promise you, God bless them. It's just, I don't know where they get it. I don't know what kind of a special thing allows them to be that kind. Because again, believe me, trust me, when you're sitting, they don't go 700 miles an hour, 10,000 feet in the air. Okay, so I mean they're pretty visible targets, especially when you're trying to land one and pick up people who are in danger and being shot at. And I mean, it's just those guys are freaking fearless. I mean, I'm telling you, I have so much respect, and it's real. I promise you. I tell you,
Hillary's testifying. Have you heard any good news out of that?
No, she can claim that she was never at the island. She never met him. She wasn't on the plane. Nobody cares about that. What the issue is, the Clinton Crime Foundation and her links to Epstein with that, because there was a lot of fundraising going on, and there were connections between foreign countries and Epstein and her. He was using her foundation to get people to donate money, and God knows what he was promising in return. How many dukes in some foreign country did Epstein say, hey, by the way, Hillary's Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage is raising money for this crime foundation, but I tell you what, if you give her some money, I'll let you come to the island. We got some 14-year-olds you're gonna love, man. Oh God, I got 14-year-old triplets. You're gonna go nuts for it. I mean, seriously, who knows?
She claimed to have never met the guy. I've seen 2 pictures of her standing in the same photograph with him.
Well, I don't recall. Well, she did that. Remember the Pretty in Pink news conference? But all the evidence was found in the drawer at the White House about the Rose law firm cover-ups and stuff, and a little pink news conference in a little pink dress. I don't recall. No, I don't really remember. No, I don't recall that.
I don't recall. Yeah.
But it's going to be the Clinton Crime Foundation links with Epstein that's going to... And again, tomorrow, I can't wait for Bill Clinton to say he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
We'll see.
He had Epstein to the White House 17 times.
Yeah. He was at their wedding. Ghislaine Maxwell was, I know.
There's a photographic history of that. I mean, what the hell is she doing at that wedding?
There you go.
You only invite good friends to your daughter's wedding, right?
I would think. Big time Charlie. I mean, a president's daughter. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So,
well, what's your opinion of the fallout from the gold medal champion men's team laughing at a dumb joke, or maybe kind of laughing at a dumb joke on a phone call with President Trump?
I'm so. This is so. A crap sandwich. It means nothing about anything. For God's sakes, they were partying and joking around, and people drinking beer and laughing. And it's not a thing. It's not a thing. thing. Not everything is a thing, and this is ridiculous. What's worse is the way they treated the president at the State of the Union, screaming at him and not even supporting the Medal of Honor recipients. And then these Democrats today have been mocking Donald Trump's angel moms and mocking the Medal of Honor ceremony, saying, you get a medal, you get a medal, and you get a medal. Yeah. I mean, my God, that slimy, what's her name, Congressman Robin Fartface from Illinois. No, I'm sorry, Robin Blubberpuss. I mean, I think I got her name wrong. I'm almost positive. You get a medal, you get a medal. Yeah, you know, slapped in the freaking face. Honestly, right. I mean, that's just, it's not only despicable, it's just, I mean, it's just, they're asking for it.
Yeah. Disrespectful.
Yeah. The Medal of Honor. Did she see the people? I mean, 100-year-old guy, one of those jet fighter heroes had to keep a secret for 52 years. What he did?
Yeah,
I mean, rotten Democrat freaking phonies ruining our country.
I do believe that Trump derived a perfect plan to walk them into that trap and force them to say that we like illegal aliens more than American citizens. It was brilliant. Yeah. They're all trying to walk it back now. Yeah, right. You can't walk that back. You can't walk that back.
Well, they need to, and again, they need to show the video of them sitting on their hands at the inappropriate time, and also the video of the counter rally where the people dressed up as frogs or something. Oh my God! And
ribbit.
And use those videos for every commercial for a Republican congressman, for anybody running for office coming up this fall. I mean, good grief!
And you look at the numbers for that. So CNN's own numbers: 75% thought it was a great speech, as opposed to 25%. I mean, it's just, I don't know if things are turning. Do you believe it'll have any effect whatsoever on the midterms?
You know, Shannon, I don't understand. Every time they do a poll, it shows, Donald Trump has 47% approval, or whatever. It's somewhere around 50%, a little lower and stuff. And every poll says that they're going to lose the House this year, and I can't believe it. The problem with polls is if you do a poll and it has the word Trump in it or anything clear, half the people are going to say no. No, it's not good on the economy. Of course, if you did a poll to say, are you in favor of a good economy by lowering taxes and cutting spending, they would all say yes. If you say, do you agree with Donald Trump that we need to cut taxes and lower? The hell no, you're racist. Yeah, you're hurting the illegal immigrants. Yeah, I mean, it's a crack. I don't know what. I don't have a feeling. I don't know. I think the country. God, I've got to slow down. I'm so sorry. I'm getting worked up. I think we're in trouble. I think this country's in trouble. I think we're heading for something, and I honestly, because there are people like me, I'm just not going to take it anymore. I'm not a danger to my country, except when you call me a danger to my country. Say it to my face and see what happens. I mean, it's what Biden did for every day of his freaking presidency. The MAGA supporters are a danger to America. They're trying to destroy our country. Yeah, say that to my face.
I often believe, and this is often true, is that the minority are the loudest, and so everyone else gets the perception that they're not a minority at all because they are so loud. I think the hoopla over the laughing at a joke was one of those examples. Most of those people complaining about it never saw a hockey match in their lives.
It's silly. I mean, it's just not a thing.
And really, Trump's joke was about how the liberals overreact to every little thing. And what did? They overreacted to that little thing.
Yeah. In fact, when he was doing that, I thought to myself, the only thing I think would have made it even more powerful is if he had said, if he tried to be like a preacher, if he had said, when he got to the point, he says, "So now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you all now to," if he had said, there's all this talk that's going on, my friends, let's bring America together. Let's show the American people tonight that we're all together supporting America. I'm asking you now to all stand together, to unite in America, to show what, I mean, just keep going with the united thing and make it even worse. I think, just on general principle, supporting what you believe America stands for, and the president, and just oh man, I can't wait to see the ads coming out of this. It's like she's for they, them, and he's for you.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, that's what got Carmella side piece.
I don't know how you walk back that that, not standing and agreeing that the government's first job is to protect American citizens and not illegal aliens. I mean, it was, I don't know how some liberal voters are probably going to find a way to erase that from their memory. But it was very, very telling. Not only did they didn't stand for the largest one-year decrease in murder in 125 years. That's not good. That means they want more murder. They didn't stand for the shrinking the amount of fentanyl overdoses. They didn't laugh. They want more deaths from. I mean, it's amazing to me what these people would not stand for. It just tells you they're told they don't stand for anything.
They don't like. We were
they don't like America.
Well, not only that, they don't like America. They don't like Americans. They don't like us.
Right.
I mean, seriously, they don't like us. You could have a Democrat walk into this room and hear, "Oh, you're the guy on the radio," and say, "Well, you know, he would hate me." You know, and I mean, just general principle. It's just so divisive, and I think it's permanent. I don't know how this. I don't. What's the ending?
You think it's permanent?
Who's going to make the Democrat Party's unrecognizable? I mean, and if they get into power, it's over.
Well, yeah, definitely.
I mean, seriously, they will nationalize every person who came in here illegally. They'll get to vote in elections. They'll expand the Supreme Court. They'll make states
Puerto Rico,
DC and Puerto Rico. You know what they're going to do? I mean, and they've already said they're going to arrest everybody who works as an ICE agent. Susan Rice already. In fact, Susan Rice. We couldn't believe this yesterday. We didn't talk about it much. We should have. Susan Rice actually said, "Well, we peace-loving Democrats are not going to take this anymore. And when we get back in power, we're going to stop rolling over and playing dead. We're going to come back and get it." And so they're the ones who have been, victims all these years instead of shooting Donald Trump in the face. And she said, they're going to come together. They're going to arrest all the ICE agents and arrest everybody in Trump's administration.
I think it's bluster because ICE is a federally recognized. It is a federal agency. It's been around for 20-something years. It's done the same work for other presidents.
But you know what? Doesn't matter. They went after Donald Trump. They had to make up a law to go get Donald Trump. They pretended that he was guilty of an insurrection and kept him off the ballot in Colorado. I mean, you can't just do that, and they did. He had to go to the Supreme Court and say, "Wait a minute, you can't just pretend I was guilty of an insurrection and keep me off the ballot." They don't care what the law. I mean, they'll do it every single day. They'll file a suit about something. The judges just to stop him. I mean, it's just.
I mean, how do you arrest an ICE agent for doing exactly what's in his job description?
They've already gone after the guys who were there, and they went after the guy who shot the guy. I mean, but it won't go anywhere. But they're trying. Again, they will not stop.
What'd you think of Ilhan Omar's performance?
Oh, that little snot.
Why couldn't she get kicked out?
Yeah, I don't know why she was able to even stay in this country. She faked her way in here. She's a pirate. I bet you can wire a detonator. This woman, I'm telling you, and you know that she's in the middle of this, $17 billion fraud thing too. Guarantee it. She's all over that thing. Yeah, she's a freaking pirate.
That look on her face when Trump said Somali pirates committing fraud. Oh, she's like, oh hell, they're on me.
Pete, we were talking about this yesterday. Was it her grandfather?
What? Her father, I think, was part of the government there, and they ran him out because they were so corrupt.
His tribe was so corrupt that they were stealing from the other tribes of their non-government. It's not like they have a Department of the Economy and, the Education Department of Somalia.
Well, you know what they do have? They have two forms of ID to vote in Somalia.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
You think SAVE will pass? I'm starting to feel good about it.
It has to. How could anybody say that the problem is that married women don't change their name so it's racist or something? You gotta be kidding me.
They threw the married women thing in there, but here's the deal. They say, well, they got to get they don't have their birth certificate or whatever. If you're married, say I just got married say the election's in November. I got married in October. Here's what I do if I want to vote. I don't do anything. On my driver's license, it still has a name. It still is applied to me. The picture matches, the signature matches. Who's going to go? Well, do you have your birth certificate here? I mean, I know. I've never. The old lady at the voting place doesn't have access to check your birth certificate to see if it matches your driver's license.
I know. Jesus, if you have a cell phone, you have an ID. If you have an apartment, you have an ID. If you've done anything, if you pay a bill, you have an ID. If you have gas in your house, you have an ID.
The Democrats insulted blacks by saying you're too stupid to get an ID. Now they've insulted every woman out there saying you're too dumb to get an ID.
Yes, and then Mom Nami puts a job up there for $30 an hour shoveling snow, but no poor black or dumb women could get it.
Well, Mom Nami, he needed you to bring 2 small photographs, 2 forms of ID, and your Social Security card to the fire station to get the shovel to get paid for the snow. Oh my God! 5 forms of ID.
They don't even realize how they're eating themselves.
They don't care. They just lie. It's gaslighting. They just pretend it doesn't happen. Chuck Schumer, the suspected child molester, is still saying the same things. Oh, it's a racist, and you're going to destroy America if you vote for this law.
Do you think that the Democrats, the elected people in power, and their view on this, even when 71% of their own party want it, will they suffer in the midterms for that?
I don't know. I honestly, I don't. I think they're in such cahoots, and they're so corrupt in their heart. I think they have blackness in their souls. They were willing to do anything to literally destroy this country. Their plans would destroy this country. Their goals would destroy this country.
Well, I don't know how,
I don't see an ending. I don't know. Who's going to unite this? Who's going to bring everybody together?
No.
I mean, how's the division of this party calling, a guy like Donald Trump a racist and a Nazi Hitler? I mean,
yeah, it's the rhetoric that gets people hurt. What's the? It's their rhetoric. They don't understand it. They used to complain about it all the time.
I mean, I think Republicans. I don't see a Democrat winning the next election if the economy starts turning around and everything's looking pretty good. And it's just going to be even worse. Was
anybody shocked as I am that Conan O'Brien is in the Illuminati?
No.
Some members of Bohemian Grove names got leaked. Conan O'Brien is in the Illuminati. He goes to Bohemian Grove for the exclusive meetings they have out there.
Is he one of the hitmen or anything, or do we know anybody?
I guess because he had a talk show, they thought he had some reach. That was his power.
No kidding.
Yeah.
The Illuminati. The name scares me.
Right. This is the place that Alex Jones used to complain about, where he allegedly said they ate fetuses out there.
Yeah, God. Isn't that like a Tom Cruise movie or something?
Eyes Wide Shut.
Nicole Kidman.
That's right.
That's where he met his wife. Actually, he met Nicole Kidman in that movie.
Oh, man.
And they started having an affair, as I recall. Oh, my.
Boys,
Jimmy Buffett was on the list.
Oh, yes, Jimmy Buffett. What the hell? Well, they just had him around to sing Cheeseburger in Paradise or something, or, whatever they wanted entertainment.
Wow. Oh, my lordy. Shannon Burke, you're the man.
Boys.
Have a great day.
See you,
Thanks,
fellas.
man. Semper Fi, as always. Kevin Peen Flounder, 520, Shannon Burke. And holy cow, by the way, on this day in 1987, First Lady, 97, Hillary Rodham Peacenicky won a Grammy for Best Spoken Word at the Grammys for a non-musical album. She wrote the album, It Takes a Killer and a Liar Just Like Me. Yes, and now, Holy Crap at Sports with Pete Davis.
I don't know if that was
that was a time. I think
police work there, Lou. But
actually, the subtitle was "I Killed Vince Foster and Got Away with It." So I don't know, maybe
allegedly
got that wrong.
Braves visiting the Yankees in Tampa this afternoon. It did not go well. The Yanks winning 7-3. Carlos Carrasco started and frankly threw batting practice. Just 1 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 5 earned runs, a walk, a strikeout, a home run.
Oh, ow. All right.
Carlos's ERA is now over 12 after 2 starts.
Work on some
things. He is 1-1.
Okay. All right.
Good news, Nacho Alvarez, a 2-run double. Ben Gamble, a solo homer. Well, what's worse, having hemorrhoids or the world knowing you have hemorrhoids?
Oh, my. I can't imagine.
Poor Matt Waldron, the knuckleballer for the Padres. His piles have piled on so badly, he's had to have surgery to repair them.
Oh, my.
At first, San Diego skipper Craig Stamen said his starter had, quote, an infection in his rear end, end quote. But the 29-year-old righty's rear required a procedure to, and I hope you're not eating any early dinner, to drain it. Oh. He's been labeled as week to week, not day to day. He's week to week.
Oh, man.
for 1 week for each cheek, I guess. Brings new meaning to the phrase crack of the bat.
Oh.
Talk about your low hangers.
The old ballpark.
Glad Waldron isn't taking that drug that advertises it can give you an infection of your taint that could kill you. Because that could get ugly.
No, my.
Imagine trying to slide on sand.
No, that would be
on the base paths with something like that going on. How bad are the taxes in California now? Well, pitcher Merrill Kelly was about to sign with San Diego for 3 years until he got to look at the taxes he'd have to pay. So it made more sense for Merrill to sign a 2-year deal with Arizona.
Wow. They say it's even worse than you think. I mean, it's the worst tax rate in the country. And
which says to me, are the Dodgers paying the taxes for the Dodger players that are signing there?
Yeah. And again, if you is it still true? If you make money there on another team, you have to pay the taxes for what you're there in California.
How does that work?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Anyway, 41-year-old Max Scherzer returning to the Blue Jays for 1 year, $3 million. Could have used him here, I think.
Yeah,
I think $3 million would have been nice.
Yeah.
The World Baseball Classic just 1 week away. So,
I forgot.
I'm looking forward to it. Should be fun. For the third consecutive year, the Dolphins have been ranked first overall in the NFL Players Association annual report cards. The Vikings finished second overall this year, followed by the Commanders in third. Remember when the Commanders, one of the worst-run organizations under that Dan Snyder guy?
Yeah.
Well, not anymore. Guess who finished last? Which NFL team do you think finished last?
Well, I know the Falcons were probably top 5, so I'd say the Falcons or the...
Nope, not the Falcons.
Carolina Panthers.
The Panthers are on their bad home field. The number one bad team, according to the union, is the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Really? Wait, to how the team is run?
It says, let's see, they won't. ESPN reporting this. The union will not make the survey public because the NFL owners whined too much last year. They wanted to get rid of it all along, and the players said, no, we just won't release it. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
The same woman releases the list every year, and she gets it, and they gave it to ESPN. The owners didn't want to be exposed to what cheapskates they are, and it looks like the Rooney family is the number one cheapskate family. Well, the Steelers' locker room was graded an F. Say they only have 5 bathroom stalls for the entire team.
Holy, you should have a stall for everybody.
No, you don't need that many.
Well, still.
Now, you made fun of the Falcons, but last year the Falcons owner Arthur Blank was given an A+ grade. No word on what he got this year so far.
Well,
but he was so embarrassed a few years ago by the equipment and all the locker room that he changed it.
Yeah.
So,
well, good for him. That's
kudos to him for doing that.
Well done. That's good.
4 teams got an F- for their home fields.
Ooh.
The Titans, which is bad. That's a bad stadium. They're building a new one. Buccaneers. I love that stadium. I didn't think the field was that bad. The Jets and Giants share the same field, of course, up there in New Jersey. The Seahawks, Panthers, and Bills all got an F for their fields.
Wow.
And I got to tell you, the Steelers, it's like playing. They have high school and college teams play there, and it's like a sandlot. It really is. It's horrible.
Man,
Heinz Ward used to talk about how bad it is.
Wow.
The NFL Combine continues up in Indianapolis, and it looks like Hall of Famer Tony Dungy is getting fired.
Yeah,
he will not have an 18th season on NBC's Football Night in America, and frankly, I think it's about time. It's time to get some new blood in there. They're going to, fire a lot of people, what it sounds like.
Well, and again, I read something about they were maybe upset that he was talking about the non-inclusion in the Hall of Fame of
Could be.
What's his name from
and he didn't want to say who he voted for. They had to come out and say who the other guy voted.
Yeah,
it was a mess. But I think it's kind of time to get some to it because he really hasn't been coaching in quite a while.
Yeah,
so that's just me. College football: the Bearcats are suing former quarterback Brendan Sorsby, allegedly breaking his NIL contract, refusing to pay a $1 million exit fee when he transferred to the Red Raiders.
See, here we go.
Gosh, Brandon, have a nice time in Texas Tech. Now, by the way, here's where's your check?
See you in court.
Yeah. Here's a shock. The SEC and Big Ten will not pool their TV resources. Gee, they get along on almost everything else. I don't get it.
Keep your hands out of my
Basketball, the Bulldogs fell to the 25th ranked Commodores up in Nashville, 88-80. And the Hawks host the Wizards again tonight. Of course, where are you going to be sitting this time?
I think I'm row 9. Quandisha's got me like 3 seats so we can spread out.
Spread out.
No.
Former A's broadcaster Glenn Kuiper will call his first game involving an MLB franchise since his firing 3 years ago. You remember why he was fired?
Was that the N-word or the R-word or something?
I think so.
Yeah.
Kuiper is going to call the Giants exhibition game against Team USA in Arizona March 3rd on the local radio. The door's open for Kuiper to call regular season games on the radio for the team. He was fired in May of 23 during an athletics game in KC. Kuiper misspoke and accidentally used a racial slur when referring to the Negro League Museum.
Oh, boy.
He called it something else.
Yeah.
That is maybe the biggest no-no in all of baseball broadcasting, to use the N-word when you're talking about the Negro League Museum, which I still haven't gotten to because I haven't been to Kansas City since 2004. So when I get there next, I'm going to go check that out.
In fact, let me say this. I did not know that the Negro League Museum was in Kansas City, one. And two, I have an overwhelming respect for the Negro League players. I mean, when I look at the history of baseball and think about barnstorming and what they were doing, what a time that was. I really have a tremendous amount of respect for what the Negro League was and what it led to.
Especially the players like Monty Irvin before
and the
he
guy
went
on
to the
TV
majors,
all the time.
Buck O'Neil.
Buck O'Neil.
Buck O'Neil.
Yeah.
Anyway, a Turkish soccer player accidentally kicked a ball into a flying seagull, which spiraled to the ground, not breathing.
Ooh.
The player rushed to its aid and literally gave it CPR until its little beak opened and the bird gasped for air. He then ran it to the team medic to take it and get help. It was a scene right out of the TV show Ted Lasso. Unfortunately, that bird died. This is the exact opposite of what happened to the pigeon that Randy Johnson hit with a baseball.
Boy, did that.
A bird that exploded upon impact.
Boing.
Dave Winfield killed one and was arrested in Toronto.
I remember
for
that.
it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oregon State, that's when we first realized that things weren't exactly going the right way in Canada. When they arrest the baseball player and it was an accident. It wasn't like he was trying to do it.
Yeah.
As much as I openly call for the arrest of Dave Winfield at any opportunity.
He was a force, that's all.
Played for the Blue Jays.
I know, it's wrong.
Oregon State Beavers have fired their basketball coach, Wayne Tinkle. So I guess they decided not to take a tinkle.
That's what our family phrase was. Don't forget to tinkle before we go.
1911, General Taylor acquired the rights to a parcel of land known as the Dana Lands, property once owned by a leader of the Revolutionary War era Sons of Liberty named Francis Dana. Public auction, $120,000. The Red Sox will build Fenway Park on it. 1914 in London, the White Sox edged the Giants 5-4 in 10 innings. It was the final game of their World Tour 5-month global journey, including Japan, Australia, and Egypt in 1914.
How did they pull that off?
Just they made them
slow boat to China. Holy cow!
Yeah. 1935, the Yankees released 39-year-old Babe Ruth. He signs with the Boston Braves. And this is your perfect Daytona 500. 1961, third one. Marvin Panch wins 1960 Pontiac owned by Smokey Yunick when race leader Fireball Roberts' car suffered a blown engine with 13 laps remaining.
Fireball Roberts, I remember him.
Let's see. 2004 at Harry Carey's restaurant in Chicago, including a man covered in ivy. They sang "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Michael Lantieri blew up the foul ball made famous by Steve Bartman in the 2003 NLCS. The Oscar award-winning special effects guy, a diehard Cubs fan, blew it up real good. He had worked at Jurassic Park and Back to the Future, and that sucker just went bloof. As John Candy and Joe Flaherty used to say on SEC TV. It blew up real good.
Yeah, that was the guy. He leaned over the fence and caught the ball, interfered with the thing, cost the game, and was banned, basically blackballed. And did he move? I think he might have had to even
he had to move to get out of it. It's a shameful episode in Chicago sports history, amongst many. Yeah. Speaking of which, 2006, White Sox GM Kenny Williams finally has enough of the shenanigans of his former superstar Frank Thomas, who recently had signed with the A's, whined about how he was unappreciated up in Chicago. Kenny's quote, "He's an idiot. He's selfish. That's why we don't miss him. And we've held it in for too long," end quote.
Yeah, take that. I love
There's
it.
Sports.
Pete Davis, 531-ish with it. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on your Thursday afternoon. And we got so much for here. And coming up next, 404-741-1230 if you want to join us, and why not? Here we go.
Extra 1063 is focused on the issues that matter most to you. Inflation, housing costs, healthcare, and taxes all shape the political landscape nationally and in Atlanta. And President Trump continues to fight the good fight so you'll have the chance to live the American dream. Proud to be the conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 1063 FM and the Extra app.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro's swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
Shop the new 2026 Toyota Tacoma. Well, get the truck you want and get it with protection most dealerships will not and do not include. At Marietta Toyota, every new Toyota comes with our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, valid for unlimited time and unlimited mileage for as long as you own your Toyota. And you can buy with confidence. Marietta Toyota is a BBB A+ rated business, and we're rated 4.6 stars on Google with over 11,000 reviews. Right now, we've got Tacomas in stock and more arriving daily, so you can shop selection instead of settling, while the best setups are available. Special APR is available on the new 2026 Tacoma, 4.99% APR for 72 months for well-qualified buyers. Visit us on Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota since 1975. We've been here and will be here for you.
4.99% APR for 72 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers will qualify. Offer ends 3/2/26. Lifetime powertrain warranty included with every new Toyota purchase. See dealer for details.
Here today with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement. And Evan, I know a lot of our listeners, they've heard about the big, beautiful bill, but they might not fully understand all 900 pages of it. So what are some of the most important things folks need to know when it comes to taxes as they approach their retirement?
Oh, Kevin, I imagine the politicians don't know what half of that 900-page document was about. But as it pertains to financial planning, there's some major tax changes. Things like no tax on tips, some big deductions and changes to the way we pay taxes on Social Security. There's also some big changes to the way we're actually allowed to do SALT and other deductions to minimize what we pay from a tax perspective. But your CPA has got to be aware and got to be planning for that. So we've got to get to work on that.
I know it's 900 plus pages, Evan, but ultimately it's probably not what everyone had on their summer reading list. But ultimately, we know tax implications, they can really derail a retirement plan when all's said and done, can't they?
Well, 100%. I mean, think of it this way. If you make $1, but then you got to give half of it or more to Uncle Sam, and trust me, between capital gains taxes, taxes on your Social Security, taxes on your ordinary income and dividend and interest income, you're going to be giving a huge chunk to Uncle Sam unless we do some proper planning. And with that, we can minimize, in some cases, completely eliminate the taxes that you're paying.
A new tax plan can mean new tax strategies. And if you'd like to learn more, give Atlas Retirement a call today and let them put together a complimentary tax map just for you with absolutely no obligation. Give them a call today, 678-736-7799. Again, that's 678-736-7799 or online at atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Hi, it's Lowe's, here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, you are changing the way people are buying their next pre-owned car or truck. How are you doing it?
At the Honest Car Guy, the entire process is completely transparent. You pay what we pay plus our honest fee, and we even prove it by giving you a copy of the bill of sale. We can sell you any make, any year, any model, and at the Honest Car Guy, you'll save an average of $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the price of the car.
Folks, if you want to save thousands on your next pre-owned car or truck, call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or honestcarguy.com.
Big moments deserve big-time craftsmanship. At Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we've been family-owned and operated since 1982 because we know what it means to show up when it counts. Jaron Solomon here, and that's why we're proud to be an official Tacori jeweler. Each Tacori ring is handcrafted in California, going through 20 elite artisans before it hits your hands. Not mass-produced, not generic, always personal. And with Solomon Brothers, you get lifetime cleanings, unbeatable financing, and the largest Takori selection in Georgia. Stop by a store in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg. Visit SolomonBrothers.com to book your private appointment. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, where love is in the details and legends are built to last. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs and official jeweler of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
You've heard me talk about Mercury One's effort, but let me take you behind the scenes. I founded Mercury One in 2011 to restore the human spirit. A huge part of that is helping our neighbors who are in need, as Christ commands, independent of government. Over the years, we have learned that it's not just about being there first, it's about really staying until the end, after the cameras leave, when the real rebuilding begins. After the historic floods that devastated the Texas Hill Country, we helped a young widow cover her funeral costs, provide shelter, served over 25,000 hot meals, and rebuilt 70 homes. Over a year after Helene, we're still in Western North Carolina rebuilding over 300 homes, drilling wells, restoring churches like Trinity Baptist in Nashville. None of this happens because of government grants. It is all possible because of the generous patriots who support our Maximum Impact Fund, and especially our loyal society of monthly partners who enable us to respond immediately whenever it's needed. Today, I want to invite you to join me by becoming a monthly partner with just $15 a month. Visit mercury1.org. Mercury1.org. Join us and help restore the human spirit.
I give up. Oh.
Where are you?
Sorry.
We got some work to do now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We need some help from you now.
Well,
come on, Scooby-Doo, I see you.
Tell Scooby-Doo.
Got silver.
It's kind of a sad story with a happy little song here. That was 1997. Hold on, I'm a stupid phone here with a thing there. Oh, the stinking headline thing. There we go. Oh, we did it again. Sorry. Let's see. American songwriter Ben Raleigh died in a fire in his kitchen after setting fire to his bathrobe while he was cooking. Ben Raleigh co-wrote Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? But he also co-wrote Tell Laura I Love Her, which was one of those heartbreaking teen crash, burn, kill victim rock and roll songs. Tell Laura I love her, the last words kind of thing. Oh, my goodness. Now, hold on a minute. The stupid freaking thing. I'm hitting the X and it's not leaving. I'm sorry. All right. I'm better now. First of all, phone calls take priority. Mark, you're on the radio, man. I'm sorry you had to hear that. How you doing? What's going on?
I'm doing good, Kimmer. First of all, welcome home. Thank you for your service.
Well, thank you. Hoorah. You were worth it.
Yeah, I tried. Thank you very much. I was trying to call you Tuesday. It was Flag Day, and I was kind of reminding my neighbor to put his flag out. I was out there unfurling mine, so I was trying to remind the listeners it was Flag Day if you had one to get it out there.
Yeah.
I had a quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
During your what are road dogs when you say road dogs out?
Oh, that's just me not speaking clearly. Road guards. Road guards out. When you're marching, and again, you learn this when even at first thing at Parris Island, it's a community and it does have cars on streets. You don't see many, but every once in a while. But when you're marching, when you come to an intersection, the drill instructor will yell "road guards out," and the two designated road guards will split from the platoon and go guard the intersection so cars don't come through while you're marching. It's road guards. I don't spell. Now the other thing I do say, already on your dog targets, a dog DOG target is the like head shoulders. They call it the dog target, and that's what its name was. And the other thing that's confusing is when I say right oblique, which is a marching command to go at a 45-degree angle to that side you call right oblique, left oblique, whatever, to go at a 45-degree angle.
I understand. I worked for a gunny sergeant in Washington, D.C. for a while, and he was a piece of work.
I bet he was. A gunnery sergeant, those guys are 3 stripes up and 2 stripes down, and they're all tough guys. I mean, they're gunnery sergeant. I had 1 stripe on. I never made gunnery, so I wasn't in long enough, and I wasn't worth it, I'm sure.
But into it one time with a bicycle messenger who came to this law firm I worked at to deliver something, and I thought he was going to tear the guy another one.
Give him a little grief, did he? Yeah, tough guys. God bless him, though. I'll tell you. Well,
anyhow, I hope you got that motorcycle tire air pressure right. You don't want to mess around with it. Mine got too high, and it nearly cost me my motorcycle.
Oh, no. Yeah, you got to watch it. Motorcycle tires, they change with the weather and stuff. If you don't ride them, you should check them frequently. So I do pretty much every time now. So
I used to do some track time up at Road Atlanta with an organization.
Oh, my God. No kidding.
I bought a really powerful Ducati after I got divorced.
Yeah, I know Ducati.
I wanted something to remind me of my wife, something that was high maintenance and very loud.
And dangerous.
Dangerous as well. The only time it will be quiet is when you put it in the garage.
There you go. That's like I like my women, 20 years old and in the basement. No, that's wrong in every way. I'm so sorry. Thanks, Mark. Rubber side down, my friend, and thanks for calling. Hoorah. 542 with Karen, Pete, and Flounder. I've got a weird history thing, which kind of reminds me of my birthday in literally 50 years ago. It was on this day in 1974 that Nike receives a patent for the waffle-soled trainers invented in a waffle iron over breakfast. Before the Just Do It slogan, Nike was a sneaker company. In University of Oregon, Bill Bowerman, the coach of the Oregon track team, and Phil Knight, one of his runners, didn't like their footwear. So they tinkered with shoes to make them lighter and faster, replacing canvas like the old-fashioned sneakers that I used to wear, and leather uppers with nylon and a distinctive wedged heel. The breakthrough came when the Bowerman family at the breakfast table, he decided to replace the cinder track with an artificial one, and he wanted to design a shoe that would grip the artificial track without spikes. At breakfast one morning, his wife's waffle iron provided the inspiration for the shoes. His wife said one of the waffles came out. He said, by turning it upside down where the waffle part would come in contact with the track, I think that might work. So he poured polyurethane into his wife's waffle iron and made the first prototype of Nike's waffle sole. The waffle iron, which was a wedding present, was completely ruined, but the first Nike waffle trainer was born. He sewed the waffle soles onto running shoes, became a hit, described an athletic shoe suitable for use on artificial turf. He and Knight sold their shoes at track meets. Advertising made famous by word of foot advertising and touted as the classic running shoe. Runaway success, their innovative design and creative marketing, a small regional business to a global behemoth. His son and daughter actually unearthed the original waffle iron that had been destroyed. It was buried in the yard on their property in Fossil, Oregon since the 1970s. It was in horrible shape, but they were thrilled with the discovery, and it's now on display at the Nike headquarters in Oregon. And for the record, I in the 70s, I was married. My wife, Hopper, and I living, and I was married, and I was starting jogging. I jogged 2 or 3 miles at the most a day, wearing sneakers. And for my birthday in March, that year, it was either that year or the year after. I think it was in 1974, after they got the patent for it. As a birthday present, my wife gave me a pair of Nike running shoes, and I put those things on, and I remember thinking, "Oh my God, it's like they're sponges. It's like there's rubber bouncing your foot off the ground. Oh, these are unbelievable." I mean, when you compare to sneakers, the old Keds,
all those Converse things.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no support whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's like running around on paper.
Horrible. You break
it hurt my feet. I love the look of them.
Yeah, but your knees hurt, everything. But I got those running shoes. I thought, oh my God, I couldn't wait to go running. I mean, really, it was like you're bouncing. Anyway, what a treat. All right, 5:45. All right, 5:46. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and we're not done yet. Oh, an update on the North Carolina mom who ran away too. Even more now coming up. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. All right, here we go.
The Kimmer Show is live until 6 p.m. and Extra 106.3 has the rest of your night covered with Jesse Kelly up next. Fox Across America with Jimmy Fela at 9 p.m. and The Guy Benson Show at midnight. All live on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
There's never been a better time to fall in love with Subaru. Now through March 31st, get award-winning vehicles and exceptional offers from a brand you trust during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Gwinnett. Explore the full lineup of hybrid, electric, gas, and wilderness vehicles, including the 2026 Subaru Forester and the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback. Every Subaru is made with love and built to last, with dependability and value coming standard. Whether you're looking to match your adventurous spirit with the 2026 Subaru Outback or land on the reliability of the 2026 Subaru Forester, Subaru of Gwinnett has the perfect fit for your family. You'll love exploring in the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek. And the 2026 Subaru Legacy is what happens when we put the best of Subaru into a sedan. Plus, every Subaru model comes equipped with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. There's a lot to discover and a lot to love at Subaru of Gwinnett. Come in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth or start shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Hello.
Hey, is this Mike Fitzgerald?
No, I think you have the wrong number. Wish I could help you.
Well, you could if you were Mike Fitzgerald.
Who is Mike Fitzgerald?
Mike Fitzgerald is the only realtor I'll talk to because he can sell my house fast for a great price and even in this market.
Yeah, I'm definitely not Mike Fitzgerald.
Oh, I figured that out because Mike Fitzgerald would have sold my house already.
Need to sell your home? You need Mike Fitzgerald from the Harry Norman Realtors team. Exclusive Georgia members of Forbes Global Properties. Learn more at MikeFitzgeraldRealty.com. That's where you'll find Mike Fitzgerald.
You've worked hard to build your investments, but are they positioned the right way from a tax perspective? Because it's not just what you make, it's what you keep. Hi, I'm David Nicholas, president of Nicholas Wealth Management. Many investors don't realize that their portfolios may be creating unnecessary tax exposure. Capital gains, required minimum distributions, inefficient account placement can quietly reduce your returns, especially as you approach retirement. At Nicholas Wealth Management, we help clients evaluate whether their investments are structured in a tax-efficient way, looking beyond performance to understand how taxes impact income today and your legacy tomorrow. Are your assets in the right accounts? Are there opportunities to reduce further tax liability? Is your strategy aligned with your long-term retirement goals? Call Nicholas Wealth Management today, 678-990-8500. Schedule a complimentary review. That's 678-990-8500 or visit nicholaswealth.com. Nicholas Wealth Management, helping you keep more of what you've worked so hard to build.
Nicholas Wealth Management is an independent financial services firm. This is for informational purposes only and is not specific investment advice.
You've heard me talk about Mercury One's effort, but let me take you behind the scenes. I founded Mercury One in 2011 to restore the human spirit. A huge part of that is helping our neighbors who are in need, as Christ commands, independent of government. Over the years, we have learned that it's not just about being there first, it's about really staying until the end, after the cameras leave, when the real rebuilding begins. After the historic floods that devastated the Texas Hill Country, we helped a young widow cover her funeral costs, provide shelter, served over 25,000 hot meals, and rebuilt 70 homes. Over a year after Helene, we're still in Western North Carolina rebuilding over 300 homes, drilling wells, restoring churches like Trinity Baptist in Nashville. None of this happens because of government grants. It is all possible because of the generous patriots who support our Maximum Impact Fund, and especially our loyal society of monthly partners who enable us to respond immediately whenever it's needed. Today, I want to invite you to join me by becoming a monthly partner with just $15 a month. Visit mercury1.org. Mercury1.org. Join us and help restore the human spirit.
The Georgia Swarm are on a hot streak. 5 straight wins. Come out and see the world-class professional lacrosse on Native Heritage Night, Saturday, February 28th at Gas South Arena, presented by Harris Cherokee Casino and EBCI. Experience the culture, the tradition, and the pride behind the sport that started it all. Right here with your Georgia Swarm, the South's home to professional lacrosse. Get your tickets today for Saturday's game, February 28th, 7:30 p.m., georgiaswarm.com.
It's a thriller. Michael Jackson, 1983, number 1 on the album chart, broke racial barriers in pop music, enabling Jackson's appearances on MTV and meeting with Ronald Reagan at the White House, it says here.
What racial barriers?
I don't know. It says here, Michael Jackson's Thriller went to number 1 on the U.S. album chart. Thriller broke racial barriers in pop music, enabling Jackson's appearance on MTV in 1983 and meeting with Ronald Reagan at the White House. One of the first to use music videos as promotional tools. beat
So
Billie
that didn't
Jean.
break a racial barrier.
I
If
know.
MTV had a racial barrier, it's because the white people that owned and ran MTV were racist
I
up
know.
in New York,
I don't
New
under-
York City. And I think Jimmy Carter had Willie Nelson and the Who
I know.
and the Stones and a few other people in the White House before Reagan did.
Yeah, I don't understand this.
Of course, they were all white.
Yeah,
but I
they
think
were
Jimmy
black.
Carter had a lot of black artists in there too.
Well, I don't know why this is.
I don't
even
know
a
what
thing.
racial barriers he broke.
I don't know.
With Thriller.
I mean, hell,
in 1980.
Smokey Robinson was, pretty popular before
seriously.
1983. Diana Ross, Supreme. Come on. I don't Little Eva.
I mean, I can see on MTV because they did not play black acts on MTV.
Well, that's what
and
they must
That's
mean.
because the racists who ran it didn't want blacks on there.
But he was so popular that they had to put him on. I think that's what they probably meant. It's kind of a funny way to write it, is all I'm thinking there. Anyway, Michael Jackson, Thriller, Big Time Charlie. Kim Rapine founder birthdays include Teresa Palmer is 40. Teresa Palmer, the blonde from Point Break. Also Hacksaw Ridge, Warm Bodies, I Am Number 4, The Sorcerer's Apprentice, Teresa Palmer, 40. Nate Royce, the singer from Fun, 44, was also Pink's Just Give Me a Reason. And Michael Bolton, the singer, 73 years old today. And on this day, what's the matter?
I got some sad news out of Athens.
All right, what happened?
The soul food place, Automatic for the People, which was the basis for the REM album, Automatic for the People.
A
a big
barbecue
hit.
joint, soul food. I used to go there all the time.
Weaver D's is closing after, 40-something years.
Wow, at a college town? What?
It's in Athens.
Maybe just retiring, or it
Yeah, I
can't be
think we're getting old, and they're gonna. I think a hamburger place has decided called Baddies is going to start running it now, so it won't be soul food anymore.
Yeah.
That's an Athens institution. It's like the varsity closing, here.
Well, I assume it's just because they can't do the business anymore, not because it's not popular. I assume they'd never lose.
It's right behind the Classic Center, and the owner would always, anytime you come in there, he'd be like, Automatic.
Automatic for the people.
Yeah, Automatic.
Outstanding. Cheeseburger. Coke, no Pepsi, no Pepsi, no Coke.
So two of the great REM classics, the cover of Murmur, their first long album, was this train trestle with kudzu on it, and they've torn that down, and now they're going to be changing Automatic.
No
for the
kidding.
people.
Wow. And I've never been I've only been to Athens a couple of times in my life, actually. One to the Georgia Auburn game on that train. Oh man, was that horrible. The train ride, oh God, that was horrible. Very expensive and not worth crap. They had steamed hot dogs and dry rolls for your hot dog. It was again, we had to go like downtown to get on the train, and then it was like 9 miles an hour all the way to Athens.
Did you get on the train down between the two radio stations? Isn't that a great place? You think you're back in 1940 getting on the train at that station?
Exactly. Yeah, it's pretty
So cool.
But the trip over there was a total ripoff. I mean,
I tell you what, you ever get a chance, got in Grand Central Station in New York City, boarded the Southern Crescent, and took it down to Atlanta. And of course, it goes on to New Orleans. But coming from New York City down through the country, all the way down to Atlanta and you look out the window the whole time, and you go through these small towns, and they'd be waving at you and everything, and yelling, "Put your clothes on," things like that.
I took the only big train ride. As a kid, we used to take the train. My parents would tell us when I was 2-3 years old. But as an adult, my brother Gene, the golf pro, and I would take the car train, put our cars on the train, and take the train down to Washington, and then drive the rest of the way down to Florida. I forgot where we got dropped off. Might have been, I can't remember. But it was sleeping cars and a porter and everything. It was it was a lot of fun.
The dining car was great.
Yeah, and a sleeper car, and you come and take care of you, we put down the thing for you and all this stuff. And it was a clickety. I mean, it was a whole rhythmic thing, the whole freaking way.
And a shower that was also your toilet.
Yeah. Anyway, that was kind of funny, those days.
Flounder, have you ever ridden in a train?
Yes.
Have you?
Where?
All the way around Stone Mountain.
Well,
no. Oh my God, no. We don't mean like on top of Macy's.
I've never taken a train ride to a different state.
Yeah,
I've always either driven or flown.
Should do it once.
Yeah.
You and Veronica should do that once. It's very romantic. It's very cool. It's just fun.
There's got to be places where they have train rides as part of a tourist thing, like out west or something.
In Canada, you can go across, and around Colorado, you can do it around Colorado and do it in the train.
Yeah.
Cool. Me and my dad did one when I was a kid, we were in North Carolina and we got to go through the mountains and stuff like that. It was like a 2-hour train ride where you take kind of like.
Really?
Well, it's not like. Go ahead, Pete.
They have it here in Blue Ridge.
Yeah,
basically, you can get on and go up to Tennessee and back down. And at Christmas, it's great. The kids love it. They light it up and everything, but it's a lot of fun.
That is cool. And what you were saying, Flounder?
I'm trying to. I'll have to ask my dad, but it was like a 2-hour train. It was in the North Carolina mountains. We went over this really high, long bridge. It was really cool.
The big trestles,
exactly.
like in the movies and stuff. Ah, cool. I love it. That North Carolina mom who ran away, now she says her daughter, 24 years ago, disappeared Christmas shopping, has been found. She's looks like crap. She's living alone. Her boyfriend left her. Died. She's in a trailer park. And she says, my daughter has connected with me. We talk, and she's forgiven me. And it was just a bad situation. They were cheating on each other, the father and mother, and drinkers, and she just skipped, and now they caught her. Now
I knew she'd be arrested for something.
Yeah, they arrested her for skipping a court date 25 years ago. Yeah. That's how they got her. One more. Flounder's funny. Here we go. One more shot here. Flounder, if you will, sir. Where we at?
I recently rewatched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Yeah. Great movie. Rewatched it for the first time as an adult. Sounds like you're familiar with it. For those of you who aren't, it's about a science man who makes a shrinking laser beam that accidentally goes off on his children, and then he cannot find them. And it's like a lighthearted comedy romp. This movie should be like Ransom, but worse, because it's your fault. I want to do a gritty reboot of this movie. I don't want to call it Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Like, ha 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 ha. I want to call it Honey. Oh, Jesus. Baby, get in here. Get in here for a minute. Where are the kids? Where are the kids? That's what this is about. Stop yelling. Stop yelling. Stop yelling. These are all capitalized, by the way. Stop yelling. Diane. You know that shrinking laser beam I keep in our unlocked attic? The kids, baby. I found a tiny couch. It works. It works, and it worked on our children. Our babies. I shrunk them. And they're on the lawn. I saw a scorpion, and there are ants everywhere. Baby, I'm sorry. Baby, I think I shrunk and most likely killed our kids and the neighbors' kids. We're gonna need cash and passports.
Mr. Pete Holmes right there.
Pete Holmes. There you are. Well, boys, we've almost made it. By the way, it's just started pouring like crazy, apparently. Flounder warm. You got your umbrella. I almost left it in the car.
I keep mine in my book bag.
It looks like it's clearing. Well, here we go. Anyway, Christine, sing me home, baby. I got to go. You're killing me. Letterman Friday tomorrow. Look out. Look out, Herb.
The Morning Extra, every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station, Extra 106.3.
This is a Fox News alert. She says she answered as fully as she could. I'm Lisa Lacera. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton questioned for over 6 hours by the House Oversight Committee.
But whatever they asked me, I did my very best to respond.
Telling them she has no information on Jeffrey Epstein and does not recall ever meeting him.
We learned a lot. There were a lot of questions that we asked that we weren't satisfied with the answers that we got, but we will continue to move forward.
Committee Chair James Comer, Ranking Member Democrat Robert Garcia told reporters earlier,
we should depose the person that is mentioned in the Epstein files
almost more than any other person next to Ghislaine Maxwell, and that's Donald Trump.
Former President Bill Clinton expected to answer questions tomorrow. As the U.S. and Iran wrap up another round of indirect talks without a deal, just before they wrapped, Iranian state television reported Tehran was determined to continue to enrich uranium and rejected proposals to transfer it abroad, indicating it's not willing to meet President Trump's demands.
According to Oman's foreign minister, the man who was mediating these indirect conversations, there was significant progress made, and technical details, according to the foreign minister, are going to be discussed next week in Austria. And here in Israel, officials preparing for the possibility that war erupts in the days ahead. And so while there is initial optimism, and the Iranians are telling their state media outlets that they will go back to the capital of Tehran and discuss the technical details, there is still a tension in the air across the Middle East, understanding that if these talks fail, the region is headed into conflict.
Fox's Trey Inks in Tel Aviv. Iran has said if the U.S. strikes Tehran, U.S. military bases in the region would be considered legitimate targets. America is listening to Fox News.
Let me share Brian's story. He's in Alabama, and he wrote in, he said, Glenn, after taking Relief Factor for just 3 weeks, at least 90% of my pain is gone. My pain had started to limit me at work and at home, and I am amazed at the relief that I have gotten. Those are Brian's own words, and they speak volumes about what Relief Factor can do. And I've seen that kind of transformation in myself, and hearing Brian's experience reinforces why I take endorsing Relief Factor so seriously. Before I started taking Relief Factor myself, I was losing hope that I could ever have a normal life again. My hands were in so much pain. It's created by doctors, 100% drug-free product using 4 key ingredients. It supports the body's natural inflammatory response. Hundreds of thousands of people have ordered Relief Factor, and like Brian and me, over 2/3 of these people go on to order more month after month. So don't wait. If you're dealing with pain, launch your 3-week quick start and see what Relief Factor can do for you. Call 800-4RELIEF or go to relieffactor.com. Don't wait anymore. Feel what it's like to be out of pain. 1-800-4RELIEF.
Some Maryland law enforcement officials say they oppose 2 bills that would curb ICE operations in the state.
Senate Bill 791 was introduced just days after Democratic Governor Wes Moore signed a law prohibiting state and local law enforcement from deputizing officers for ICE activity. Moore said that municipalities could still work with federal agencies in some capacity, especially when it comes to violent offenders. SB 791 is aimed at eliminating cooperation with immigration and customs enforcement agents from all local jurisdictions in Maryland. A different proposal, Senate Bill 660, would require law enforcement to respond to reports of ICE activity, observe, record what happens on body cameras, and file reports on it. Some Maryland sheriffs gathered at the state capitol on Wednesday to voice opposition to the bills, saying the legislation takes away local autonomy. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
The mayor of Newark, New Jersey, blames ICE for a multi-vehicle crash yesterday.
Newark Mayor Ross Baraka on social media says U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents tried to pull over a van. The driver sped off, and during the ensuing chase, there was an accident involving several vehicles, including one carrying 3 children. He says the driver of the van was injured and hospitalized. ICE has not responded or said why the van was being pursued. Mayor Baraka, in his post, points out New Jersey state law bans law enforcement from chasing vehicles unless a suspect poses an immediate threat. He writes, ICE has no business engaging in chases at any time, anywhere, but especially in densely populated areas and on roads still being cleared from a significant snowstorm. Chris Foster, Fox News.
A judge in New Orleans has ordered actor Shia LaBeouf to return to rehab and set a $100,000 bond. LaBeouf was in court today after his arrest last month. He was charged with 2 counts of battery after an assault outside a bar during Mardi Gras, where witnesses say he yelled homophobic slurs and hit multiple people at the bar near the French Quarter. He's not yet entered a plea. I'm Lisa Lacera. This is Fox News.